It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat.
You know what I want?
Blaze up.
Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wah 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 wah. For your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we are. For your boy. For your boy. Also for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your lift it up.
Happy birthday, Meal. Happy birthday to you. I just so happened to look up at the comments, and your comment jumped up and slapped me across my face. So here it is. Happy birthday to Meal. I really, really appreciate all your love and support. I also appreciate everything and every time you click on my channel. And I appreciate everything that you do, and especially you being a member. And happy birthday and many, many more to come. Y'all, today what? Monday? Let's pop it off on a fire Monday. We're not going to make it a manic Monday. We're going to make it a fire Monday. And let's drop some cakes in the chat for my boy Emil. And anybody else who celebrated a birthday, and if I have missed your birthday, I am so sorry. Happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? But happy birthday, most importantly today to Meal. And I hope you have many, 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 many more. Y'all drop the cakes in the chat. Let's get this rolled on the show. Not the show on the road. Let's get the road on the show. Drop the cakes. Happy birthday, Meal.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Meal. And like I said, and everybody else, you guys have a wonderful day. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all come on in. Come on in. Get the likes up on the video. We are here. We are here to discuss a few things. Number one, Diddy's trial wraps up and the jury is out for deliberation. We're going to discuss why we need to be worried about this. A lot of people don't see it like this, but it is what it is. This is why certain people have foresight and others don't. We'll discuss it. Diddy's trial. Then we also got Antoine Massey was caught over the weekend, girl. They got him up out of here. They caught him and brought him back. And I'm going to tell you why I don't like none of his family. I ain't going to say I don't like them people. I don't know them people, but I feel like they cutthroat. That family of Antoine Massey, we going to discuss it. Birthright citizenship. We got to talk about it. Trump made some announcements about birthright citizenship, and a lot of foreigners are having issues with it, and we're going to discuss it because some things need to be said. Then we need to talk about Ashanti and Nelly's new show. They've been showing clips all over social media and how fickle-minded the fans of all these people are. Very, very fickle, how they love you one day, and because they're so emotionally tapped on the internet, all it takes is a small clip played on a small brand like the Neighborhood Talk or something like that, and now everybody hates you. It shit is what it is. And now I'm starting to see why celebrities don't pay regular people no mind, like me. Because, like, meaning why they don't pay people like me no mind, even me on this doggone platform. Because if you did, you'd run yourself crazy. You really would. Now they all over there talking about canceling Nelly. Girl, how you gonna cancel Nelly? And Nelly ain't been Girl, Nelly ain't did nothing for you to cancel him with. Stop it. Stop it. But we gonna get into it. Did I miss anybody? I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Shout out to everybody in the building, y'all. Get the likes up on the video. Y'all know how we do around here. We do honorable mentions, and I got a couple of them I want to talk to y'all about. I need y'all to get the likes up on the video. But before we get into those honorable mentions, I do want to report to you guys that I got an email from YouTube last night, and they ain't got no more dollhouse. They took the dollhouse and they ain't never coming back. It ain't never coming back. It's gone. I'm not even bullcrapping. Yes, the email said that after consideration, not even 24 hours, bye girl, they done took the channel. So with that being said, the dollhouse is no more as we know it today, okay? However, I'm debating, thinking, trying to figure out what are alternatives. Can I create another channel? Can I not? Because the rules say once you get removed, you can't recreate. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out because I do want to separate this content. I don't want the Christians and all that stuff on my channel where I'm doing a lot of morning Joces, where we do our real topics and educational Fridays. I do not want those worlds to meet. I don't. Those are two different worlds, two different audiences. Even though some audiences on both sides, you know, not clash, but they kind of like, they got people who like my Joce and my educational Friday and my baddies. However, for the most part, it's a separate entity. Like the people who, when I go live at the dollhouse, those are not the people in here at the morning Joce for the most part, okay? So I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know what my next move is. But like I said, for now, I'm just going to tread light, put out the content that I have, and see how I'm going to move forward. Because like I say, they removed the channel. They didn't ban me or nothing. I didn't do anything to get banned. So they just removed it. From what I read, I can't recreate, but I'm not sure. I don't know. But the dollhouse is no more. I will put a post up on my community tab. But as for baddies, I watched the episode this morning. I might go live on Twitter, on Spaces. I might just do a panel on Spaces. Yeah, I'm going to do that. So this evening, instead of doing a video, instead of doing all of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a live on Twitter Spaces. Baddies has a nice little platform on Twitter. Oh, yes, baby. But yeah, I'm going to put a lot of, what do I say? I'm going to put a lot of, I'm going to go over there to Twitter and do a panel and let people come up and talk about it. And we just going to Joce it like that. We're going to Joce it like that. I don't know what time. I will put a reminder up on the community tab. So, yeah, just look out. Look out. No, I lost my appeal. They took mine. I only appealed it once though. I don't know. I mean, well, no, I appealed it. Then they came right back and was like, no, did I appeal? No. That was the first time I appealed it. So I only appealed it once and they took it. They said that they looked at it but you know what sucks about it? I still don't exactly know what I violated. You know what I mean? And it sucks. And for those of you guys who don't use Twitter, Rumble and Twitch, I will be streaming to both those at the same time. Okay, Rumble and Twitch will be streamed to both simultaneously through Twitter. I just got to figure out Twitter through StreamYard. But I still don't know exactly what I did. Well, who's the protected group? I still don't know. I still do not know. I do not know who is the protected group that I offended. How did I offend them? What did I say? They don't tell you all of that. I mean, they'll send you an email like, yo, like, girl, you messed up right here. Yeah. And then you go look at the timestamp. But when they take your channel, they don't go and be like, it was this video, no, at least that I haven't seen. And yeah, they just took it. And my coin is gone. But I don't stress about money. Money is the last thing I worry about. You know what I'm saying? Money gonna come to me. I don't know why. It's like a magnet. It follows me. So the money I'm not worried about because number one, I'm okay financially to where I'm okay. I'm gonna just say that I'm okay. So I'm not. I feel a way about it. Don't get me wrong. I feel the way. But I'm not gonna cry over spoiled milk. It is what it is. I'm not gonna cry over spoiled milk. Yeah, but yeah, the dollhouse is gone. So you guys, what I need y'all to do is just bear with me. Let me go back to the drawing board, figure out what we're going to do. Because like I said, I still want another channel, and it will be another dollhouse. It will be the dollhouse. It will just be how and where and when, this thing goes down. So I just wanted to give y'all a little explanation on that. But yeah, about 12 o'clock last night, girl, YouTube hit me up and was like, girl, no. So yeah, I didn't know Storm almost got his channel taken. That's crazy. And you know what was crazy? I hadn't had a prior history of getting strikes or anything on that channel. I had never gotten a strike. It was like 1 week, and then it was 1 week of warning, then a strike, and then boom, channel gone. I had never been in trouble on that channel. I had never had a warning on that channel. I had never had a strike on that channel. It was 1 week, hey girl, this is bullying and harassing. And I'm like, how? Because it was the outro. But I said, you know what? Let me take the training. Because it was the training. You know my outro where he said, this outro right here. This is what the timestamp said that was me bullying and harassing. No cap. This is what the timestamp said was bullying and harassing.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.
That is the timestamp that the first warning gave me, saying that I was bullying and harassing a protected group. And I'm saying, what? Huh? So I said, you know what? Let me take the training. I shouldn't have done that. But I said, let me take the training. It's going to, it'll be on there for 90 days. And then after 90 days, it go away. Boom, boom, boom. Then the next week, strike. Then the same night, gone. I didn't even have an opportunity. I didn't have an opportunity to look, to see. I don't know. So yeah, that's YouTube. Yep, took my coin and my channel. But we'll figure it out, y'all. Hey, we not crying over spilled milk, or as we say in New Orleans, sparrow milk. We not crying over no sparrow milk, girl. We still outside. What we on? Let's be positive, because we're going to move around how we supposed to move, and we're going to get what we got to get. You get it? Now, come on in. Let's get into this doggone episode. So I did want to tell y'all that, though, just to give y'all that heads up for people who look for baddies. But we will be on Twitter, Rumble, and Twitch tonight. And for everybody in here, if you don't know, I'm already on Twitch and Rumble. Shout out to Twitch and Rumble in the chat. I stream to Twitch and Rumble every time I stream to YouTube. Every single time I stream to YouTube, I am streaming to Twitch and Rumble. So I'm already over there, y'all. Make sure y'all go follow me on Twitch and Rumble. Can my mods put my Twitch and Rumble pages in the chat? I would definitely appreciate that. Another thing, girl, y'all saw my hair yesterday, right? This is a wig. And no, the headband don't come with the wig. I just put the headband on because I needed it. It was an emergency. Girl, so yesterday, y'all know I went out. Said it, and then yesterday I came on live and I had done my hair, but I can't keep flat ironing my hair because it's gonna damage my hair. But that's not the point, girl. Last night I left my old man uncle house, and you know how you got a little, not enough, just so you done had a sip, so you feeling a little good or whatever. And I wanted to open the sunroof. I said, girl, open your sunroof, blast your music. You feel me? And look at me. No more will you be the one. That's what you tell everyone around you. That was me last night. But you know they heard it all before. What more could you say? And girl, by the time I got home, bitch, my hair stood up on my head. Listen to me. And listen to me good. I thought I got shot by I thought I must have stuck my finger in some type of electrical circuit or something. Now y'all gotta bear with me. This is my first time going natural. I ain't been natural since I was 8. Okay. So I know, I've heard about it, I've seen it, but I've never had the opportunity to experience it. Girl, when I stopped the car and I opened the door and the car light came on and I looked back and I saw the rearview mirror and saw my head, I said, well, yeah, you look so bad. That's what I said. I said, girl, I literally looked myself in the mirror and said, bitch, you look so bad. And I said, all of that down the drain because you want to Keisha Cole all the way home, huh? Heaven sent, huh? You want to Keisha Cole all the way home? Now look at you. Rodney King all the way back, dummy. Dummy Lamont was me, and that just is what it is. So I had to put the wig on. I thought I had a ponytail here, but I do somewhere. I got to go find another one, buy another one. I don't know. But I had to put the witness protection wig back on, plus a headband because I didn't even pluck it. I done messed up the lace, cut the wig. It's a lot. I'm stressed out. I'm new to the natural hair journey. I'm new. I just jumped off the porch. I don't know, y'all. Please forgive me. But I looked at so bad. Oh, girl. And it was so thick. And it was just like, oh, and then the ends were still straight on it. So it looked like a nappy bush with porcupines on the end. Bitch, when I tell you it was so thick and so like, but on the ends, because I had done flat ironed it, girl, it looked like I had porcupines on the end of my head. Girl, it was just a lot. And I'm trying to recover. So y'all, let's get into the show because I was trying to recover. I'm mentally not okay. I'm okay now, but I wasn't last night. I looked it so bad. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. I looked it bad. I looked it really bad. Like, and I'm wondering who saw me driving down the street singing, head to the sky, mouth wide open. No more will you be the one with my head, bitch, looking like Sonic the Hedgehog. Somebody saw me. I hope nobody took no picture. Thank you, Lord. Jesus Christ. If they did, girl, that's Photoshopping AI. That ain't even me. But I looked at a mess and it was what it was. I sung though all the way home. Ooh, all the way home. Head in the air, chin up, mouth wide open, all the way home. And I did that. Now, let's get in the show. Oh, I got a few honorable mentions to give you guys. You guys, please, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get this channel to 50,000 subscribers. I think we can do that. Shayla, thank you for the super chat. Says, hey boo, love your content. Been a member on the other channel. If you stream elsewhere, I'll be there. Thank you, Shayla. I appreciate you, Shayla. And shout out to everybody who was a member and who's contributed and who even came on that channel at the Dollhouse. It'll come back in another capacity. I just got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I got to figure it out, y'all. Give me a chance. I'm just not rushing. I'm just taking my time. We will be doing baddies though tonight. Let's move on. So, and only because I saw the episode and the way Lex told Tavi. The way Lex. Yeah. Yeah. But I will give Tavi. She beat Dahlia up, dude. We gonna talk about it. We gonna talk. Cause she told Dahlia out the frame. Girl, we gonna talk. Y'all meet me this evening. I'm gonna put the time in the post up on my community tab. Y'all meet me down to the Twitter, Rumble, and the Twitch, and we gonna roll it out tonight. We got to discuss that. I wasn't gonna talk about it, and I wasn't gonna watch it, but I said, you know what? Let me just put it on and see. But then when I had seen what I had seen, I said, no bull crap. I'm not even exaggerating. I literally was at the TV like this. Like, I haven't seen somebody get beat up like that in a while. Like, and let me be honest. And I got to move on. But let me be honest. I feel like Tavi was scared, and that's why she lost like that. But we'll get into it. Get the likes up on the video. No, Shaylo, Lex ain't lost a fight yet. She's undefeated. She's Floyd Mayweather on Zeus, and I don't care what nobody say. Lex ain't lost yet. It is what it is. We'll discuss it, man. Make sure y'all pull up. Anyways, let's move on. So let's get into the show, y'all. So first and foremost, I want to discuss a few things that I saw that I wanted to bring to your attention. The first thing I want to discuss, if you give me 1 second, let me pull it up. Let me scroll. Cardi with the trash. And let me say this with Cardi with this trash. Like I said, the way Cardi responded, if y'all wasn't on live yesterday, make sure y'all go pull up. But the way Cardi responded to that girl was disgusting and egregious. And like I say, when you're not a creator and everything is given to you, you put yourself in that type of position. And I think that instead of Cardi, I wish Cardi didn't say anything at all. I really do. I really wish she didn't say nothing, but she did. And it doesn't look good for Cardi. Okay, I'll just say that. But she definitely stole that girl's song. All right. Let's start with Beyonce on the gangster lean. Now, remember yesterday we spoke about Beyonce on this gangster lean on this car. And I told y'all yesterday that Beyonce needs to hang it up flat screen. There's absolutely no reason. I'm 42. Beyonce about my age. There's absolutely no reason for Beyonce to be flying around no stadium in no car. There's not a song that requires or at least matches up with Beyonce flying around no stadium in no car. It's just unnecessary. It just is. It's just not that serious. Now, after I heard the streets, I didn't say it, Beehive, so please don't come stinging me. I didn't say it. This is what they said. So please, I'm just on here talking, Beehive. I didn't say it. Now, they said that the reason she riding that flying saucers and all of that, and over there with blue, green, and yellow pop locking on stage, they say it's because my girl is old and she losing it. Now, I don't know. I ain't never been to no concert with no Beyonce. I ain't never put on bedazzled cowboy hats and boots and went down there and put my boots to the ground. However, like I said, I didn't say it because I ain't never been around there. This is what they said. Now, they said that Beyonce don't have it, and that's why she's flying around and flying saucers and all that. Now, I don't know if that's true. And Beyonce, like I say, Beyonce still don't have that to do. She is Beyonce. Beyonce need to grab that stool and that bottle of water with a handkerchief. She need one stool, one mic, one bottle of water, and one handkerchief, and stand behind that goddamn mic like the rest of these fools and let everybody else do acrobats and flips and turns behind you, girl. But flying around the stage in the stadium, girl, for why? Why? What you doing it for? What you doing it for? And everybody at the stadium, Beyonce flying around on the court. You have us play Russian roulette every single time you went in the stadium to let this hoe play over your head flying around in a goddamn vehicle. Have you lost your rabbit? Are y'all okay? Is the songs that good to where you would risk somebody flying a car over your head? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. And they got people at the stadium screaming and hollering while a whole 2-ton, 3-ton vehicle flies over their head as if mistakes can't happen and they won't crush you like a dog. Girl, y'all is a different breed of people. Y'all different. Because I be damn. Oh, bitch, you better fly it over there. Don't come on this side. Not over here. Fly it over there. Not on this side of the stadium. But either way, she was on the gangster lean. She tried to troll herself. It was cool. And then 50 Cent jumped in and tried to troll her too. Okay? So apparently 50 Cent tried to troll her. 50 Cent tried to troll her. Let me get him up here. Oh, I got him on here already. So 50 Cent tried to troll her, and people were talking about boy, because he basically trying to troll her about concert and all this stuff. And they like, nigga, you can't even sell out no tickets. Okay. So Ja Rule and everybody jumped in. It was a whole lot going on. Y'all check it out. It says Beyonce fans slammed 50 Cent for mocking her ticket sales using a fake article while his own tour is repeatedly offering 2-for-1 tickets. Okay. It says, so this is what happened. 50 Cent shared this article that basically says, Beyonce tour kicks off with sales still with 1,000 available. So here come the Beehive as they do. They come over there and they like, oh nigga, how you figure you gonna say something about my queen when your ticket's 2 for 1? And then Ja Rule drops in and he shares a doggone article and he says not the 2 for 1, and it says due to extremely low demand, 50 Cent now offering a 2 for 1 deal. Bring a friend for free for his legacy tour stop in London. Now, this looked like it was in 2020. But either way, this comes shortly after he took to the Instagram to mock a fake article slamming that Beyonce would struggle to sell tickets in L.A. So, okay, Ja Rule steps in, as he should, because this is what they do to each other. They go back and forth. Plus, you remember 50 has always trolled Ja, so Ja jumping in, it is what it is. 50, please. Ain't nobody coming to see you at no concert, bro. Even if you played in the club back to back to back for 1,000 times, nigga ain't coming to see you. We don't even know you from music no more. As a matter of fact, if you 20 and under, they don't know you from music. Nigga, you a TV nigga. Like, for real, for real. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like Queen Latifah. Once Queen Latifah switched over into Hollywood and like jumped head first, deep, she didn't try to come back and be a full-time artist. Now, don't get me wrong, she'll come back every now and again on some stuff, but for the most part, Queen wasn't trying to come back as a full-time artist. 50, I don't know what year this was you were trying to throw this concert, but whatever year it was, it must have been your last. Ain't nobody coming to see you, okay? At least Beyonce got her cult following to come see her, but in her defense, she got people to come to see her. You should not be talking about ticket sales on nobody. Literally. Because y'all know all these fools is plants anyway. But yeah, I saw that. And my thing too with Beyonce though, Beyonce, like I said, Beyonce has done so much work and has done so much in this game that she don't have to fly around in no vehicle. She just don't. It don't add nothing. It don't take nothing away. It don't make it better. The song don't sound better. It does nothing. But I get it. Chris Brown is over here doing backflips and somersaults from one stadium to the next, and everybody want to compete. I get it, but you are not Chris Brown. You are not acrobatic, and you're not as talented. I got to call it out too. She's not as talented. Now, let me stop. Beehive, I'm just playing. Everybody else who not the Beehive, but Beehive, I'm just playing. Yeah. So y'all don't drag me. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I mean it. I do. I mean it. But yeah, she don't need the car. Just go lay down, girl. Sit down. Sit on the stage. Everybody want to fly out. Sit down, girl. Sit down. Anybody got to do all that, please. But yeah, 50. You really go lay down. You lay down first, expeditiously. Okay. Now, it's another thing I wanted to talk to y'all about. So did y'all see this video of this black girl saying that she couldn't get in some club in Miami because she black? You girls wouldn't have hacked it in the 90s or the early 2000s. You girls wouldn't have made it. Not saying it's right, but I'm just saying you girls would not have been capable of functioning when colorism was loud and out, proud, and you know what I mean? But let's get into it, girl.
Yeah, y'all. I'm trying to figure out why I'm in the middle of Miami. Literally at what time?
It's 12:44.
At 12:44, we go to a club called Mona. Do you know this club told me I'm too dark and too thick? Didn't let her in because she's too thick. Dark.
Bitches have audacity.
What's really?
It sounds like them folks ain't let y'all in because y'all fat and y'all not fitting the code of what they want the women to look like. It's not right. But it sounds like they looked at y'all and was just like, which is wrong. But it sounds like that's what they did.
Going on Miami, all too dark to get in the club? Yeah, no. Somebody need to let me know what's going on in Miami. Seriously. Yeah, y'all. I'm trying to figure out why I'm in the middle of Miami. Literally.
I'm trying to figure out why that concealer is so bright under her eyes and she look like a white woman under her eyes. Let me say this. This is not new. Clubs being discriminatory, artists being discriminatory. As a darker skinned woman, been there, had that happen to me. It sucks. And they don't have much. Typically, it don't have a lot to do with your. Well, no, I ain't gonna lie. Let me go back to the early club days. I ain't been to a club in years, but let me go back to the early club days. There were certain places that only wanted certain type of girls in their club. Okay, period, point blank. And there were certain places where you would get in a club and they only wanted certain type of girls in their sections or over here on the stage and whoop de whoop de whoop. Unfortunately, being a darker skinned, sometimes in and out fat girl, I'm almost always not the one chosen, which is fine because I'm never in the interested crowd to even be in there anyway. So it never really affected me because I've never been somewhere trying to, because I don't really care. I've been like that. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Miami, we got to be careful because number one, are these people black or are they something else? And when I say black, are they Black American? Are they something else? Because this is Miami. A black man built the city. A Black American man built the city, but it seems like everybody else took over it like everything else. So my thing is this a Black American person? And in Miami, I'm hearing about the racism and colorism out there for years. Y'all, what is you on live for? This must be your first rodeo. You must have just got here. Girl, either way, girl, just don't even go live. I'd have been embarrassed. I ain't gonna lie. I would have been embarrassed. I would have just went to another club. But it is possible, too, that they didn't fit the bill as far as size-wise and all that stuff. Hey, look, let me tell y'all something. Y'all don't understand. The things and people y'all praise who are where they are have had to step on people like this girl and shit on people like this girl to get where they are. And it's cool when it's your fave. But when it's just regular person, it taps into your emotion, okay? It is what it is. It's par for the course. I've never been to Miami, so I don't know. I've flown in there a few times. I've never been there like to hang out or on a vacation. So I don't know. I don't know what Miami gives. But girl, I ain't gonna lie. You giving me hole in the wall tease. Just go. Girl, you and your friend. Bitch, please. We'll be trying to be in a club with all these clear people and BBLs and all that stuff for, and I'm a natural black bitch. Bring me by my people. And that's another thing, too. Y'all be wanting to party where... I'm not saying that she shouldn't be able to party where she wants to, because she should. She should. If she want to go to an all-white club, she should be able to walk in there. But I'm just saying, I'm trying to be around my people. I don't want to be in there where the beat go... and there's some white girl on the top like this. I don't want to go up in there. Bitch, bring me where I can get a setup, bitch. Let me get my Julio, bitch, with a setup of cranberry and a setup of Sprite, bitch. Let me get an extra little orange juice on it. You feel what I'm saying? Bring me by my people. Bring me where I'm at, where that beat gonna drop. I'ma feel that liquor in me, and the next thing you know, my head gonna go back, my chin gonna go up, and my mouth gonna bust wide open, and I'm gonna be in that bitch. Yeah, bring me around. I don't know. I don't know. But again, I don't know what these girls are doing and what club they were trying to get into. My heart goes out to them. Welcome to the party. You're late. It's unfortunate. I hate it. Well, I don't hate it because I don't really care. It don't affect me. But I do hate it though. But it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said she can go to Wet Willie's. I'm not about to play with y'all. Not Wet Willie's. The daiquiri place? Girl. Divine Empress, thank you for being a member for 5 months. Sis, we love you. And wherever you go, we coming too. You can't get rid of us. Rumble Gang, we'll be there. Also, you're the truth, sis. We love you down to the ground. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Divine Empress. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Natalie Denise, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Says, Boo, have you heard about Desiree Holiday exposing her mother, Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez? Now, I've heard fractions and talks about it, but I haven't really heard anything. I would have to look into it, but I don't know much about it to speak on it. I just heard like whispers of stuff. I don't know why. I think the Diddy trial got us all focused on the Diddy thing. Once this verdict come back, I think we'll be able to dig back into Roc Nation. And on top of that, we got toilet paper around here. acting a fool and a nigga. It's just so much going on. Bree, thank you for being a member for 14 months. Beyonce is wrinkling up like her mama. It's over 40 knees popping right now. LMAO. Oh, the over 40 knees popping. Mine be popping too. I ain't gonna lie. Dominique Jointer, thank you for becoming a new member. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, now let's move on. I got another honorable mention really quickly that I want to show y'all really quickly. Y'all get the likes up. Have you guys liked the video? Have you or a friend liked the video? Now, speaking of talent, let's have this debate. T-Pain and Chris Brown. So Chris Brown came out with a post that basically said T-Pain is goated, and basically he don't get the respect on his name and the props that he deserved. And I will stop Chris the moment he begins to lie, because at the end of the day, if you weren't around in the early 2000s, then you have no idea why you listen to music the way that you listen to it, and why you have people who have the sound that they have. Okay. It was single-handedly T-Pain. As a matter of fact, in the early 2000s, if you never collabed with T-Pain, you were not an artist. If you didn't have any type of collab with T-Pain, you wasn't no like official artist, not no for real. T-Pain was the Zapp Rogers of our generation on steroids. If y'all remember when Zapp Rogers came out with Computer Love and all that stuff, how dope that was and how like monumental that was, the way T-Pain did auto-tune and the fact that he can really sing, that's a whole other thing. He just did it because he don't need it. But T-Pain came in and completely took hip-hop, not R&B, he took black music, period, to a whole nother stratosphere. If it were not for T-Pain, you wouldn't hear most of the sounds in drill rap. You wouldn't hear most of the sound where you hear these people, the Future, all of that. T-Pain is that dude. Underrated AF. One of the most underrated artists that I've ever seen as an artist. And not only an artist, the contribution he gave to hip hop. Nigga, at one point, Lil Wayne and T-Pain, I thought them niggas was clones together. Because them niggas, I thought they put a whole album out together. Listen, T-Pain was that nigga and still is. And I think when Chris Brown say what he say, anybody having an objection to that wasn't there, and you shouldn't know. You shouldn't have nothing to say. It says, random thought. This is Chris. T-Pain is one of the ghosts of my generation. Giving you your flowers, pioneer. Love you, my brother. This is not a debate. Anybody who wants to debate this and was not there, you're not debating. Debate with your friends. We're not one of your little friends. This is a grown-up debate right here. Like I say, if you weren't there, I'm not one of your little friends. Go play with them, okay? But for the grown folks who was there, most of us ain't debating this. And anybody who's debating it, coming from some hating stuff. But most of us not debating this. Most of us are not even going to give any backlash to anything that was said here. Because we know, we experienced it. We were there. You get it? We were all there. So I think that that's dope that somebody like Chris, who's gone through all the obstacles that he's gone through, but yet been as successful as he has. And still, when you talk about R&B in today's time, he's one of the first names that you name. He has, like, that's dope AF for him to come out and say this about T-Pain unwarranted and just random and out the blue, because no other artist like to give T-Pain his flowers. Quiet as it's kept, and I'm going to say this loud as it heard. Lil Wayne owed the second half of his career to T-Pain. Lil Wayne, Dwayne Michael Carter, owes the second half of his career. I want to say stop him at Carter 2. Maybe 3. I'm no 2. Maybe 2. If it were not for T-Pain, not saying that Wayne wouldn't have still had the career, because he would have. Obviously, he is Wayne. But literally, T-Pain literally picked Lil Wayne up and they went off and flew off into the sunset Lil Wayne's entire second half of his career. Mm-hmm. 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 Yep. So yeah, a lot of people had something to say about this. I don't know why. Y'all are crazy. And if you weren't there, you don't get a say. If you weren't there, you don't get a say. And it is what it is. And let me also say this one more thing before we move on and get right on into the show, because this is lasting longer than I need it to last. Let me say one more thing. And after I say this, I don't want to hear it no more. Because this is another person, when you bring up R&B today, you got to mention them. The debate between Chris Brown and Usher is Chris Brown, and it's not even close. Usher is a classic, nostalgic artist who, and by all rights and means, deserves his flowers. He's one of the GOATs, one of the legends in the game, and he deserves every flower and everything that we can give him. But when we put career next to career, it's Chris Brown, and it's not even close. It's Chris Brown, and it's not even close. Okay? Now, Mario, shout out to Mario, Baltimore, one of the good people. Shout out to Baltimore. Mario did an interview with Drink Champs, and they asked him about who is the better artist between R&B artists between Chris Brown and Usher. Okay? Now, let's get into what Mario had to say. Now, this is another R&B GOAT. So we got to give, it's almost like having an expert witness in the Diddy trial. Mario would be an expert witness. Okay? So y'all got to give him a little credibility for being an expert witness right here. Now, let's get into it.
Chris Brown or Usher?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to say overall, I'm going to say CB. I'm going to tell you why. We feel like as artists, we got to, I'm not saying this how you feel. I'm saying looking from the outside in, right? So I've been here before, we got to keep the shit going. We got to stay when it's hot. We got to keep, but sometimes we also need to step away and be like, you know what? Let me get my shit, let me really tune into my God energy all the way. If he did that all the way, you would just see a different being. You already see that being, like you see right now. That's why I say CB.
Now, Ace, how you gonna say Mario don't get a vote? He an R&B dude. How he don't get a vote, Ace? No, Omarion can't dance. No, he can't sing. Omarion, let me tell y'all something. Omarion is the biggest freaking lick that was played on America, Black America in particular, and y'all should be wanting to sue. Omarion can't sing, nor can he dance. All that nigga can't sing or dance. We not even talking about Omarion. But let's talk about this Chris Brown versus Usher. And let me tell you why I say it. The only reason I say is, number one, let's talk about longevity. Who's been active the longest in their career? Chris Brown just has. Usher has taken long, extended breaks, and Chris Brown ain't slept yet. And Chris Brown has consistently given us hits from the moment we met him. Usher has not done that because he has not worked consistently. Not that he can't, because he can. If Usher put his work ethic on the way that Chris Brown, then yes, Usher could give us hit after hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. Okay? However, when you look at side-by-side careers, hit after hit, Chris has way more, and it's not up for debate. I get it. I was there for what Usher is, 8601, and I was there for My Way. I had the tapes, literal tapes and CDs. I opened the tape and the CD and opened it to see the pictures in it. I know. I get it. But when you looking at production and what these two brothers produce, Chris Brown is not close. And then on top of that, consistency. Usher comes out, go. As a matter of fact, we haven't seen him in a while. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Usher would have to produce more for me to say that for me to even evaluate them equally. You know what I mean? If Usher produced more, then I could evaluate them equally. But when I'm talking about production and what we've seen and who's done the most, and I can't say accolades because Chris Brown is blackballed. So he's not going to get the accolades, the awards. He's not going to get none of that. And can we add that this boy is doing this all while being canceled? It's not close. It's not close. It's not close. If we had canceled Usher when he was passing off allegedly the herb to the fat girl, if we had canceled Usher, y'all would not be running down, running behind Usher like they running down Chris Brown. Y'all wouldn't. I don't know. I'm with Mario, and look what Mario said. And if Chris even tapped in, like he's saying, this is Chris outside of the God energy. Imagine him in the God energy. That's what Mario was saying, and I agree. But I still think they both are dope artists. I think they both dope people that represent Black America. And I think that they both deserve their flowers. I just think that, you know, if you had to compare, not me, I would give it to Chris Brown too, because that boy still work. Do y'all understand how hard it is to do what Chris Brown is doing? Do y'all understand how hard it is to be an artist and do what if Chris Brown had not had loyal fan base prior to that Rihanna incident, we would have never seen him again. Do y'all know that? When Chris Brown got caught up with that Rihanna stuff, let's say he gets caught up with that, right? And let's say he gets canceled, but he don't have a loyal fan base. We literally would have never seen him again. But the fact that he had the fan base that he had is what kept him alive and kept his fan base growing and kept all of that stuff. And mind you, this boy was a kid. This boy was 19 years old. That boy was a kid. He was a child. It is what it is. She forgave him, so I forgave him. I forgave him after she forgave him. So I'm not going to be talked too crazy, because when she said I forgive him, I forgave him too. I just, you know, right, Brianna. Brianna said, I don't even know another top artist that survives such scrutiny. I don't either. Can somebody in the chat name me an artist under the grounds and under the scrutiny that Chris Brown is doing that was able to be successful? I'll wait. Y'all got to keep that in. And then to do what he's doing under that, man, that's next level. That is next level. People don't understand how hard it is. Speaking of, I saw the One Thing challenge. I guess everybody trying to sing the A. Marie challenge. Trying to let it go, trying to keep my eyes closed. And they saying it's hard because it's a lot of words at high pitch, and yeah, leave that girl alone. But A. Marie still don't do that again. Now I heard $1.5 million worth of powder washed up on the show in a Fort Morgan Peninsula. Now, what I want to know is who's the dummy that turned it in. So they got powder washing up on show, and the white man said they're gonna have more wash up. Check it out.
Tonight at 6, a shocking discovery on a beach in Baldwin County. 110 pounds of cocaine worth an estimated $1.5 million.
WKRG News 5's Debbie Williams joins us live. And Debbie, the search is on for where all this cocaine came from.
Exactly. So that will be up to federal authorities. It's their investigation now after a day at the beach ended with seashells, suntans, and a whole lot of cocaine. A day at the beach just west of the wildlife refuge on Fort Morgan Peninsula when swimmers see something bobbing in the water and drag it on shore. Once they saw what they had, they called police.
50 packages, 2.2 pounds per package, so about 110 pounds with a value of about $1.5 million.
Tests confirmed it was cocaine.
The package was wrapped in black plastic, and they did tear into the black plastic, but they didn't open any of the individual bundles.
It's happened before. 4 years ago, just under 100 pounds of cocaine washed ashore along West Beach in Gulf Shores. And for the next couple of days, more cocaine hit the beach, and that could happen again.
It's not uncommon for us to get a bundle and then a few days later get more bundles, and they can wash up. Sometimes they're individual, like the kilo size, and sometimes larger bundles.
Investigators say the cocaine had been in the water for a while. Barnacles were already attached to it. Now the question is, where did it come from? And like we say, that'll be up to federal authorities. Homeland Security agents picked up the drugs earlier this afternoon. Now they'll use the way it's packaged and any markings on the individual bundles to give them clues as to who it belongs to. Live on the Baldwin County beat, Debbie Williams, WKRG News 5.
Our big story tonight.
Okay, so powdered and washed up on the shores. of a peninsula, and some dummy turned it in. Let me just say this. The biggest hoax that America has played is that turning in drugs to the people who give them to us, the police, is the right thing to do. Why would you do that? I mean, maybe you didn't want the backlash. Maybe you didn't want to be caught up in no BS. Maybe. Who knows? I don't know. But why? All they're going to do is put it back in the streets. They the ones who... Listen, America gives us these drugs. The reason that Colombia is able to produce all that powder is because America wants them to, okay? If America didn't want Colombia to produce all that powder, we wouldn't have it. Now, why is it in the ocean? Who knows? Somebody could have threw it overboard when they see the Coast Guards or the water police or somebody coming. They throw drugs and people overboard all the time. Welcome to the party. You're late. Everybody ain't in the water on a cruise. You get it? We go to the water and we take a cruise or we go to the beach. Everybody ain't there playing. Some people out there working. Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. Some people out there working, okay? And somebody probably had to throw a couple of keys over, you know what I'm saying? But $1.5 million? Ooh. Girl, when I told my old man that last night, he said, what? He said, what they did with it? I said, they turned it in. That motherfucker looked like, he looked like that motherfucker put his head down and shook his head. Girl, now I wouldn't have touched it, but I know somebody who would have. You get it? But again, they turned it in, and they say they're going to have more coming. I hope to not see Bobby Lights and a host of others taking a ride over to the Fort Morgan Peninsula, because they say normally when one come up, more coming. If you enjoy the slopes, please head to Fort Morgan Peninsula between today and tomorrow, because they say, I didn't say it, but they say that that's where the other pack gonna come up. Okay? Now, moving on. Speaking of Bobby Lights, Love and Hip Hop should be coming back, right? Let's get into this Antoine Massey. So, y'all, Antoine Massey was caught, y'all. They got him, bro. Remember, we was hollering for Antoine Massey to figure it out and make it through. He couldn't make it, bro. So Antoine Massey is the inmate, one of the last inmates from the New Orleans police or parish jail. Let me pull him up. From the New Orleans parish jail. He was one of the last two inmates who were still on the run. Now, mind you, these guys, in my opinion, were let out of jail. People are saying they broke out of jail. There's no way. I think that they were let out, but I don't know that to be a fact. And these guys were apprehended, most of them rather quickly. But Antoine Massey and what's this other boy name? Derrick Groves were the last two on the run. Well, recently they just caught Antoine Massey, and I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be completely honest. Antoine, if you on here, your family is very suspect. Your family, Antoine, I seen your cousin on my Instagram timeline dancing because they caught you. Yes. I saw Antoine Massey's cousin on my, remember I told y'all I'm on New Orleans Instagram. I'm not on every Instagram. On my personal Instagram, I seen Antoine Massey's cousin dancing. Let me see if I can go find it. Dancing to the fact that he was caught. Y'all think I'm bullcrapping, huh? Hey, y'all. And you know what it made me think of? How, you know how when they say crimes and all that stuff happen, you know how they'll always be like, hold on. You know how they'll be like, hold on, let me share this so y'all can see it. Because y'all think I'm lying, huh? Oh, yeah. The whole cousin. Throw the whole cousin away, in my opinion, if you ask me. But the cousin was on here dancing. Talking about they finally caught him. Antoine, I ain't going to hold you. Like I said, I'm about to show y'all his cousin. But like I said, Antoine, if I was you, boy, your family ain't worth 2 nickels rubbed together. My family would never, even if they didn't want to help me, even if they didn't agree with me running, they would never get on this social media and play on my top like that in front of these folks. They would never do that. And I don't have to knock on wood when I say never. They just wouldn't. Okay? They just wouldn't. And the fact that this dude got family like this is insane to me. Hold on. Let me get him. Here she go. Y'all think I'm bullshitting, huh? Here she go. Look. This the cousin.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That's all I can do is scream. I know y'all heard. Because you see, bad news flow way faster than good news.
Oh, this the auntie.
But today, this is good news for me and my family.
This the auntie who been on here crying. Antoine, turn yourself in, Antoine. That's her. I skimmed past you last night. I didn't look close. But now I'm looking close. That's that auntie who was over there telling him to go turn himself in with the pastor. Remember that? Now I get it. Now I know why she dancing. I got you, fat.
Because I have to come on here and share it if y'all be like, why you talking so loud? Why you screaming so loud? I got a big mouth. I can't help that. I got a big mouth. I cannot help that I have a big mouth. Okay? The moral to the story is I'm going to scream to the top of the heavens today because the nightmare is over. The nightmare is over. The nightmare is over. My baby just called me and told me, Mama, he caught. They got him. So the first thing I did was what? I opened up my phone, instantly went to Instagram. Already they got 99,100 pictures or whatever pertaining to the fact that he got caught. But let me explain this to y'all. I don't care where he was, what he was doing, etc. He got to deal with that. Now he can tell his story. Now he have the opportunity to plead his innocence. Now he have the opportunity to do what it is that he has to do. He do. He have that opportunity now. Okay? What I'm saying is, what I'm so happy and pleased about, my mama can rest. My daddy can rest. His mama can rest. I pray to God they let his sister out. Now, whatever him and that little girl got going on, hey, so be it. Let them battle it out in court. Because you see, all of this is what it's all behind anyway. I'm going to say it one more time. Let them two adults battle their personal business out in court. He came forward with his paperwork. He showed the world that he was innocent. Now let him, the judge, and whoever else decide what needs to be decided, and then let him deal with whatever his little punishment.
You see him. All right. This is not the actions typically of a person who's relieved that their family can rest and that someone is safe. Typically, if this was really truly, and I'm not saying it's not, I'm just saying typically, I'm talking about the average person, and everybody different, I get that. But typically, if I had like a nephew on the run and I know my mama was worried about him, his mama was worried about him, my daddy worried about him, my whole family worried about him. Don't get me wrong, I'll be praying, I'll be crying, I'll be so like OMG, you know what I mean? But I would not be celebrating him being caught because I understand it's deeper than, first of all, him just getting caught. Okay. But my reaction, I just feel like this just dancing and clapping, and I'm so happy. Do you know what they are going to do to your nephew? You probably do, but you don't care. Because what they're going to do to Antoine Massey for making a fool of them in Orleans Parish Jail, he's going to pay for that. And even if he was innocent, by the time now that they've caught him, they're not going to listen to anything. He doesn't have a leg to stand on, okay? So you clapping as if, oh, now he has a chance, when you know in your subconscious mind, that boy don't stand not one chance. You know it. Anybody in Black America know Antoine Massey and that Derrick Groves don't stand a chance. So miss me with the clapping. Oh, I'm so happy he caught. So my mama and my daddy can rest. Auntie, I'm gonna talk to you like we in the city. Auntie, I ain't gonna hold you. You to me, this is just to me is giving you the type of sister, cousin, auntie that you gotta stay far away from. This bitch will set you up to get popped. And really justify it by saying, but I was doing it for X, Y, and Z. Or I was doing it because woo, 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 woo. This is a very dangerous woman coming on this internet, screaming and hollering and crying and snotting and all that shit about Antoine need to turn himself in, crying and acting like you was really concerned. None of us believe that. None of us believe that. You co-working with the doggone pastor already gave me setup teas. It wouldn't surprise me if you had the low or the drop and sent the people around there. Family, blood don't make you family. Let's really be clear. Blood do not make you family. And just because we share blood don't necessarily mean that we have to be in some sort of family. Because on my mama, if I were Antoine Massey and I got caught knowing with them white boy in Louisiana, this is Louisiana we talking about. Do you guys know that Angola in Louisiana is notorious for having some of the worst prisons in America? Angola is the oldest. Angola prison is older than Angola, Africa. Don't get me started. And has been known for the worst conditions and the worst treatment of all in America. So you clapping for why? You clapping to send this boy into a position where they could possibly unalive him and throw his body in the back where they burying the rest of them? Auntie, you a dirty bitch. And I said what I said. And with aunties like this, you don't need no other enemies because your enemy right there, but it's always somebody close to you. You feel what I'm saying? But neither here nor there. Now let's get to the house they found this fool at. Now he was right in New Orleans, right around the corner. Like I told y'all niggas, y'all don't be listening to me. We had this conversation. How long ago was this? When we had this conversation, y'all, remember we had a conversation and I told y'all, I said, when niggas go on the run, they be right around the corner. Remember I said it? I know I said it. I was there when I said it. I said, niggas do not go on the run. Yes, they be on the run technically, but really, they be around the corner because you got to have money to go on the run. If you don't have no money, you can't go on the run. I said, so typically when niggas go on the run, they just be in the back of their mama house, laying low, staying out the way. And it turns out, same thing with Antoine Massey. They found this fool about 5 minutes from the jailhouse. Okay. Now let's get into them finding Antoine Massey. Now this is the gag about this. So now this lady says she Airbnbs this house, right? This lady right here. Now this is the news lady. This lady said she Airbnb the house and she didn't even know that Antoine was in the house. Now, when they came in and arrested him, the people looking at her like, girl, how you didn't know this man was in your house? But according to this lady, she said she had no clue. You guys take a look at what's going on.
Yeah. I understand. Would you mind saying a few words with us if we don't put your face on the camera?
That's Amelia Strahan. She is out at the scene where this inmate was found this afternoon. A woman who says that she uses that unit as an Airbnb from time to time said she really didn't want to go on camera, so we were trying not to show her face there. apparently that's where Antoine Massey was hiding out, and that's where he was taken into custody.
Was arrested. Let's see if we can listen in here. We are live at the scene where Antoine Massey, the last of 2 inmates still on the run, was arrested. Let's see if we can listen in here.
The tenant, I have a tenant too. She lives next door.
Do you think she
probably wants to see? She's been here.
Do not show her face.
Okay. Yeah, if you want to.
We're about to be sound. Do not show her face. We were rolling on it, Carrie. The CPU was not plugged up. We were trying to cut stuff.
All right. So everybody's on their feet.
Don't show her face.
No, and you don't want to share your name, or do you mind?
No, I don't mind. I don't share my name.
You don't mind sharing it?
I don't
Okay.
want to share my name.
Oh, you don't want to share it? Okay. Okay, so just kind of tell me what was going through your mind whenever you.
Why is y'all on here talking about don't show her face, and we just saw 20 minutes of her face? What? Okay.
Got the news from
She don't want her
police.
face shown. Yes.
Yeah. It just couldn't be happening. That's all. Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, I was here
Couldn't
when
be happening.
and we got here. The gate was open. You had about 6 or 7 unmarked vehicles, tinted windows, K9 dogs. Is it shocking to see that this was here on your property, but also it happened so fast? Because you say you didn't even know, and you got here, police wasn't even here.
Right. No, I didn't know anything.
And explain the situation, because this is 2 properties, a duplex, I understand. Can you kind of tell me a little bit about, he was found in the back property is what neighbors were telling me.
Oh, well, I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm still trying to get in contact with the cops. I'm not sure what's happening. I really don't know what's going on. Y'all know more than me, honestly. All I know is they found them here. I rushed here. I'm here, and I don't even see cops.
I mean, is it shocking to hear this happening not only on your property, but in your neighborhood? Because a lot of people we spoke to say they were just talking to someone just cutting grass here earlier today, and then this happened.
Yeah, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood. It's kind of shocking, but hey, things like this happen. We just have to, kind of be careful, I guess,
Do you think?
Have you seen any signs of this?
I have not seen any signs. No.
And it's only one tenant you were telling us that lives here.
Yes, only one tenant.
And you said telling me when you were closing the gate that Antoine Massey might have run in, broken in. Is that?
I'm frustrated too. I don't know what's happening. They say this is going on, and I get here and I don't even see a cop. So, so I don't know.
So who actually called you and gave you that call?
Do you know anything about the family, the tenant that was staying there?
No, I don't know anything about
Who actually called you and alerted you of what was going on at your property?
My friend called me, a friend of mine. I guess it's all over the news and they know my property.
Did she see the whole arrest happen, or just the law enforcement?
Probably just the law enforcement. Yeah.
Your message to NOPD, you weren't even really notified.
I don't have a message anymore. I'm really, I'm shocked right now. I'm sorry.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Any sort of, you should.
We just saw live there on TV with the property owner arriving there. So there, and there she is opening.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Any sort of, you shut her in the door, ma'am. Any comment as far as how Antoine Massey might have gotten into your property? I see you behind the gate, ma'am. Just a few quick questions, if you can. You mind?
Leave that lady alone, sir. Leave that lady alone. Go lay down. Shit, she done said she done read it. I'm just playing. Let me just say this. This is very, very suspicious. This whole thing, none of this looks right. None of it feels right. None of it looks right. None of it sounds right. Nothing about this seems real. What is happening here? So now you mean to tell me Antoine Massey was inside of her Airbnb? Now, mind you, I thought she said her son was the one cutting the grass earlier, or somebody she know. But either way, he was in this crib. You didn't know. They done called you and said they done arrested Antoine Massey, but by the time you get around there, ain't nobody there. Where the hell is Antoine Massey? How did he get in? How were they busting in your crib and ain't nobody hit you up? Don't they have to serve a warrant? Shouldn't they have contacted? This is just a question. Not saying that they got to contact her prior to going get Antoine. That's not what I'm saying. Because I know the police, they know where he at. They go and get him. I get that. But even after the arrest, shouldn't the cops be trying to contact her? But it is New Orleans Parish Police Department. NOPD, child, good luck. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know, but either the fact that she hadn't talked to nobody, I don't know. Something is weird about this. Something is very weird. I don't know who saw him get arrested. I haven't heard anybody who said they saw him get arrested. All we've seen is the photos. Maybe some people around the hood may have seen it. I don't know, but something is something. I don't know. Something about this isn't good. But either way, Antoine Massey is caught. He was hiding in the Airbnb 10 minutes away from the jail because when you don't have money, you can't go on the run. The biggest mistake we make is believing that we can watch the movies like the prison inmates in the movie and we can just escape and go on the run. No, it costs money. If you don't have money, you can't run. If you don't have a plan or people to help you, you can't run. So like these niggas, they all went 2 blocks away from the jail to get caught right back. I don't know where Derrick Groves at. He's the last one to get caught. He would have been, if y'all got the parlay on Derrick, y'all won the parlay. Derrick is still out. We don't know where he at. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah, the favorite one. Someone was doing his hair. I don't know what's going on. Listen, we'll see. Let's move on. Antoine Massey was caught, girl. So right now, all we got is Derrick Groves to worry about. Derrick Groves is the last one we got to deal with, okay? Now, let's get into this Idaho thing. So, did y'all hear about what was happening in Idaho? So, apparently, there was a fire in Idaho. So, the firefighters were called out to Idaho to put out the fire. But when they got that, they were ambushed by people with blickies and they started shooting at them. What? I don't know what is going on. I don't know. Let's get into it. It says 2 dead in Idaho after firefighters ambushed by gunfire while responding to a blaze. It says, check out this wild story. A wildfire emergency in North Idaho took a deadly turn on Sunday afternoon when at least 1 sniper opened fire on the first responders, killing 2 firefighters and injuring a third. According to authorities, the ambush occurred around 2 p.m. as firefighters were taking a fire on Canfield Mountain in Kootenai County. About an hour and a half later, they started getting shot at unknown person. They started getting shot at an unknown person or persons. It says they used a high-powered sporting rifles and positioned themselves strategically to take the shots. They were well prepared and blending in with their surroundings, Sheriff Bob Norris said. Additionally, Sheriff Norris warned the standoff could potentially turn into a multi-day operation if the suspects are captured soon. He has also ordered people to shelter in place and urged civilians to avoid the scene until the threat is contained. Y'all, let's get into what happened with this. This is so random and weird.
We do have a Fox News alert now. There is an active shooter situation developing in Idaho. As you look at your screen right now, multiple firefighters have been ambushed and shot while responding to a brush fire in the city of Coeur d'Alene. Reports say multiple people have been injured. Police are asking people to avoid this area, and a press conference is scheduled for later this hour. We will bring you any new updates. Anytime. We do have a Fox News alert now. There is an active shooter situation developing in Idaho.
It says, while responding to a fire earlier today in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, IAFF members were ambushed in a heinous act of violence. 2 of 4 brothers were killed by a sniper, and a third brother remains in surgery. Please keep the families and law enforcement in your prayers. Now, I found this other article really quickly that kind of had an update on this. So apparently they went to put out the fire and then people just started shooting at them. But why the firefighters though? What the firefighters do to somebody? Like, they put out the fires. They rescue cats from trees and shit. Like, I can see the police. Not that I'm recommending it, but the firefighters? You know about the part-time niggas that be over there cheating on their wives at the station? They be chilling. So the update that I saw, it says, suspect gunman found dead with firearm nearby on Canfield Mountain in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, after firefighters were killed in ambush. It says the suspect gunman who fatally ambushed firefighters in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho on Sunday was found dead, according to local authorities, okay? Now, so I guess one of the guys who were shooting at them, I guess they got him and he was unalive. It says the evening members, well, this is sheriff of the county. I'm not trying to pronounce it. This evening, members of the SWAT team located a deceased male on Canfield Mountain. A firearm was found nearby. Additionally, information will be provided during the scheduled press briefing at 9:30 p.m. At this time, the shelter in place is being lifted. However, there is still an active wildfire in Canfield Mountain. Residents in the area are advised to prepare and readily, should further action need to be taken, follow official sources for the most up-to-date information. So you lifted the shelter in place because one person was found dead. How y'all know it was only one person shooting at y'all? So they found one dead person in the woods, and then all of a sudden, all right, everybody good. What? Ain't nobody, this don't sound crazy to nobody. So 2 firefighters are dead and 1 injured. We find 1 person dead in the woods. Maybe they only found 1 bullet. I don't know. Maybe they only found 1 bullet, and that's why they felt like it was only 1 assailant. I don't know. This is weird.
Meantime, we do have a Fox News alert now. There is an active shooter situation.
We already saw that. This is weird. Something in the milk ain't clean here. Something in the milk is not clean. Let me see what more I can find. Something in the milk ain't clean. What is going on? Why is it that 2 firefighters are unalived, 1 is injured, and y'all just found a body in the woods and was like, bet. And this is supposed to be the kid that they found. This shit don't even look real. This is the person that they allegedly found. It don't even look like a real. Oh my, never mind. This is the guy allegedly that they say is the one they found in the bush. I didn't say it. This is what they said. You can have an iPhone 1 right now. And I don't even know what the iPhone 1, I don't remember what it looked like. And the iPhone 1 would take a better photo than these. But these are the photos that they gave to us. Of all the technology we have with cameras, but these are the ones they gave to us. And we just supposed to go with the move. We just supposed to go with the move. So this the man. Rest in peace to the 2 firefighters, if it's true. If this whole thing is even real, but rest in peace to the firefighters who lost their lives, and my condolences go out to the family. To the one who's injured, if he's real, I hope that he's doing okay, and he, because shout out to the firefighters. We need our firefighters. I flirt with them every time I see them. That's my way of supporting. I flirt with all the firefighters. Yes, I do. Not the police, the firefighters. I only flirt with the police when I'm trying to get out of a ticket. Okay, but anyway, yeah, to the one that's injured, sir, I wish you a speedy recovery. And yeah. Could you imagine getting shot at by a nigga that's translucent? A nigga that glitch? Could you imagine getting into it with a nigga and he get the glitching? Bitch, what? I don't even want to fight no more, bro. You got it. I don't want to fight. Nah, I'm good. I don't even be fighting. I don't know why I was doing that. My mama, we used to get a whooping when we fight. I don't want to fight. This nigga look like he glitching in the paper on the photo, but it is what it is. Come. What do you want? I'm just reporting the news. I don't know what y'all want me to tell y'all. This is the man that they say. This is the man. This is the man. This is the man. It is what it is. Now let's move on. That's the man. Now let's get into this Ashanti thing. Ashanti and Nelly got a show. So Nelly and Ashanti has a show. And for whoever on Instagram, y'all messy, because I saw they was posting his old show with his first wife or first girlfriend that they had. Y'all forgot Nelly had a reality show with before he was taking Ashanti seriously. Okay. Now, mind y'all canceled Nelly. Remember, Nelly went down to the inauguration thing with Snoop, and y'all canceled Nelly and Snoop. But I guess y'all uncanceled him because y'all didn't want to cancel Ashanti. So I guess he was able to come back. But I guess y'all back to canceling him again because some little excerpts, little spurts in the reality TV show, y'all don't like. Like, for instance, when he says stuff like, oh, I told her I'm not helping her get up and change no baby in the middle of the night. Here come all of the black women on Twitter. Oh my God, he's so horrible. He's the most disgusting person in the world. Oh, Ashanti, you can do so much better. We hate him. We shouldn't have uncanceled him anyway. We never liked him. You know how it go. Wooty, wooty, woo, wooty, wooty, woo. So they got the show, and now everybody hate Nelly because he don't want to get up and change diapers. Well, welcome to the party. You guys are late. Nelly ain't the first man. He ain't the second, the third, the 100th, the 1,000th, the 10,000th, the 1 millionth, or the 20th million. He ain't the first and he ain't the last. And quiet as is kept, most of the women in the comment section with that fake ass bull crap, you know, that fake women, we love black women crap, talking about how horrible he is. Bitch, ain't no nigga help you change your baby neither. So why you acting like him saying that is a problem? What you talking about, Willis? Wasn't no nigga getting up what you need to change in your mother plucking churn. Stop that. So now y'all won't hate the man. Ashanti don't mind getting up by herself changing the baby. But y'all want to hate the man like you had a nigga with you, rubbing shoulders with you every night and y'all kissed every morning the baby woke up to cry. Stop it. But it's fake. This whole internet is fake. It's fake. Oh, he not gonna get up and help her with the baby? Bitch, did your nigga get up and help you? Not that he's right, but this is a real question. Because my ex-husband didn't get up and help me neither. And I had to take the lick. See, and when I went and said something about it to a grown-ass woman, you know what a grown-ass woman told me? Mama's babies, daddy's maybes. When you decided to go full term and shit that baby out, that's your responsibility. It sucks. It's fucked up. But it is what it is. That's what was told to me. When I got the bitching about he don't want. You know what a wise old woman told me? Tough titty, said the kitty, but the milk was dry. Bitch, that's your baby. You had him, right? You had her, right? Well, but that's your responsibility. And that's the best way to be, because if not, the children fall by the wayside. If we so busy worried about who not helping, we're not focusing on what we need for our children. Okay? Now, according to Nelly, like Nelly said, we were already in agreement for this. So I don't understand what the big deal. I just don't understand. Well, I understand the fake outrage on the internet because it's fake. It's what it does. But I just want to say that black women on the internet are fake as fuck. Y'all get on this internet and get the reacting to things like as if it's something unheard of. When we black women have been dealing with our babies by ourselves on our own since the beginning of fucking time. Why are y'all acting brand new? That's that lady husband. She loved that nigga dirty draws. If she okay with getting up in the morning and taking care of that baby and not having help by him, why y'all so pressed? Why? And guess what? It's normal. It's normal. You do know when in the clear household, typically in the clear household, especially when the male is the breadwinner, he don't deal with them children like that. Especially in a household, typically where the male is the sole provider. My father was the sole provider. He didn't deal with us like that. My mama dealt with us every day on a day-to-day basis. But my daddy paid the bills. So he wasn't coming with us to football games. He wasn't getting up in the morning and changing those diapers. You get it? It works for them. Why are we upset on this end as if we live in a different life? We're not. Most of us have succumbed to the same type of situation when it comes to a man wanting to help around with these kids. But it's fake outrage. So let's get into the show. So apparently Nelly I guess they put up a little blurb, and people say it's out of context because what people are saying is basically that's not necessarily true. That basically they had an agreement that before she had the baby, that he basically told her, look, girl, I don't mind giving you this baby because I'm old. I done had all my churn. But if you had this baby, this is going to be your baby. Meaning it's going to be ours. I'm going to financially take care of it. But I ain't going to be sitting around here. You feel what I'm saying? Changing no diapers and getting up warming no milk. And she was okay with it. Now, she might be having a little buyer's remorse, or she might be regretting being okay with it, but she was. And that's the point. That's the point. But people are not. And it's just fake. And you know what's crazy? You know what I didn't like too? Because I watched when a lot of people were willing to cancel Ashanti when Nelly decided to go and do the inauguration. Y'all love Nelly, y'all love Ashanti, but them people was ready to cancel Nelly and Ashanti. And that's all she is that man's wife. And the fact that people they let these politicians get them so far in their fields about literal nothing that they were ready to cancel Ashanti. And I will say this, although I've said some not crazy stuff, because I don't really talk about Ashanti like that. Although I've said some things about Ashanti, let's really be clear. That girl, one of the most unproblematic people in this industry, to say she's been in the industry that long, and y'all was ready to cancel the girl. Why? Because her husband sung at the inauguration. Y'all fake. Anyways, let's get into the show. Hold on. Let's get into the show. Y'all, can we get the likes up on the video? Please, we only have half the likes on this video, and I really and truly need you guys to like the video to get the video out in the algorithm, okay? Y'all get the video, get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Now, I want to show y'all a couple clips from this show that people are freaking out about. I don't know why they freaking out about it, but it is what it is. So, boy, what's wrong with you? Y'all here saying? Hold on. What's wrong with you? Have you lost it? I'm sorry. All right, let's get into a couple of these clips really, really quickly. Hold on one second. Where's that damn clip? I thought I shared it. Maybe. Oh, no, here you go. Okay. All right, here you go. Let's get into it. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Sorry about that. Oh, wait. Let me stop sharing and share over because it's saying that it don't have it. Hold on. Let me reshare because it said it didn't have it. All right, let's get into this clip right quick.
That's a lot.
Well, listen, it's all you. I ain't gonna even lie. You know, I ain't got nothing for him.
Absolutely not, I know.
Until he can say, I'm hungry. Until he can say, I need to use the bathroom. It's gonna be a lot easier. But as soon as he started walking, I said, enjoy it. Because as soon as he gets to walking and talking, he went to crew.
I'm trying to understand how is it that you sleep through when he starts crying.
Do y'all really be up at night? I heard about it.
You know what? It's absolutely ridiculous that you'll still be dead asleep and he'll be mad loud.
But I don't even hear y'all, man.
That's ridiculous.
You know? It's a gift, I guess.
Why is that a gift?
I'm blessed with that.
No. That means get up. It's your turn to change him.
I'm going to take you back to this conversation we had before you kicked me under the table. I said, baby, I give you the world. I just ain't changing no diaper.
Oh, my God. That's a lot.
All right, so that's the clip that everybody was freaking out about. People felt like basically he was insensitive because especially when he was like, I heard about it when she was like, how you could sleep through the baby crying all night, and he was like, oh, I heard y'all be up all night. People really got freaked out about that. But let's really be clear, a lot of women want men with money and fame and status and all that stuff. Let's really be clear. If you get a man, or if you get pregnant by a man with any type of business of his own, he not gonna be there with you helping with no baby for the most part. You're gonna be by yourself. See, this is what the clear women don't tell y'all. Y'all just see them on the photos and on the front pages and covers of these magazines and things. They don't tell y'all that they hardly ever see their mates. And it sounds to me like they had an agreement. Sounds like Nelly said, hey, you want a baby? I'll give you one, but it's going to be on you. It's no different from a kid, not comparing it like that, but it's no different from a kid wanting a pet. Like, bro, if I get this, it's going to be your responsibility. And he's even saying, once the baby is old enough to walk, I got him. But as far as all the way moving up to, yeah, that's on you, fat. She good. That's her husband. She ain't ready to go to divorce court. I just don't understand why we be acting brand new. Like, oh my God, it's so horrible. He wouldn't change the diapers. How many of y'all had a man in there every time your baby woke up to help you change the diapers? No, let me rephrase that. How many of y'all had a man wake up and change the diapers? You know what I'm saying? To help you at night. Most of us don't. Well, when this happened, then people started bringing up, guess what? The inauguration stuff, because now they mad. But that's how fickle and temperamental the internet is. So then they turned around and started bringing up all of his political stuff and was like, oh, we never liked you, no way. Ashanti need to leave you because see, you was the one who went out there and you did this whole bit with this one and that one. And then Nelly didn't make it better because Nelly shaded Scamala. He shaded Scamala and they caught it. And yeah, people don't like that. Hold on, let me get it. Where is it? I just saw it. Was it here? Hold on. Oh no. Hold on. I just had it. Let me pull it up. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me give y'all a commercial break right quick while I pull this up. Do me a favor. While I'm doing this, please, if you can, get the likes up on the video. Please. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We're trying to get the 50,000 on the channel. We could do that. We've been there before. Let's get to the 50K on this channel, y'all. Look, go ahead, like the video, and I'm going to come right back, okay? Like the video.
Do your hand like this. Yeah, gotcha. Cause I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the black, the nigga I'm black, nigga the black, the nigga black, the nigga black, the nigga I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown, I'm black and I'm brown. You got to shake, they want the black, cause I'm black, nigga the black, the black, I can never be white, the white. Shake, if your leg, wiggle, lift your leg, bounce, lift your leg, hustle, lift your leg, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Let me see you put your, if your leg is your brown, let me see you put your hands up. Put your hands up, black. Make that booty go round and round. I'm Louis Vuitton Brown. Make that booty go round and round, man, cause I'm Louis Vuitton Brown.
All right, we back. I hope you guys like the video. Shout out to everybody in the building. Please like the video. It's very imperative that you do that because, baby, that's how the people know we around here. Joce and Trey, thank you for the super chat. Says, girl, don't fight it. It's time to create that exclusive community, Patreon, Rumble, whatever. We can talk here, but we need the Joce. Love you, boo. Facts. Thank you so much, Trey. Thank you. Trey, one of my day ones. Trey been here since the beginning. And Trey understands. Thank you so much for the encouraging words. I appreciate you. And let me say this. Patreon is not really Patreon. Like, you can still get caught up on YouTube through Patreon. That's why we'll discuss it. Because they say you could do all this behind the paywall, but you can still lose your channel behind some stuff on Patreon that everybody can't see. It's weird. Courtney, thank you for the super chat. I live in Washington State. Idaho is a Klan county. Wow. It sounds like it. Idaho. I ain't gonna lie, it sound like it. Divine Empress, thank you for the super chat. Since it's crazy you're talking about this, can you share your feelings on a woman who wants a kid? The dad doesn't. She has the baby now. He's a deadbeat. This is what's going on now. Well, of course he's a deadbeat, but ultimately he told her what it was. He told her he's a deadbeat, yes. It's just like a mother would be a deadbeat. Both parents would be a deadbeat if they're absent, but either way, he said what it was. We just gotta be, listen, when we getting with these men, I'm not having no more churn. But as women of childbearing age, if a nigga tell you I don't want the baby, I don't care if he just playing. You have to mentally prepare in your head, in case this nigga ain't here, am I capable of dealing with this by myself? Because ain't nobody guaranteed to you. Not no husband, not no boyfriend, not no baby daddy. I'm going to tell y'all, because see, black women don't talk like this no more. And that's why we caught up like we caught up. Okay? That's why we caught up like we caught up. It is what it is. Y'all got to be very careful procreating with these people. When a nigga, even if a nigga say, I'm just playing. If a nigga say, I don't want this baby, you have to mentally prepare yourself to be ready to take on this responsibility because it is by yourself. It sucks. It's not fair. Life ain't fair. But as a mother, when a person tell you he don't want the child, you got to be prepared. Now, do what you got to do. Take him to court, get the custody, get the child support. I'm here for it. But all of that, yeah, no. You got to make a choice. It's your body, your choice. Remember? Make the choice. And if you feel like you don't have a choice, then you got to fall in line and get it how you live. You feel what I'm saying? It just is what it is. Now, where was I going? Oh, Nelly and scam. So now look. So now this what happened. So right after that, you know, they started bringing up all of Nelly's old prior stuff with the elections and stuff, because Nelly and Snoop Dogg were both artists who performed at a crypto ball, that, you know, kind of like a inauguration thing, if I can remember it correctly, for Trump. So people started bringing up that old stuff, and Nelly wasn't having it. Nelly basically cussed everybody out and scam on the low too. Okay, now this is the headlines. It says, Nelly says, want to make politics about race? I married black. Scamala did not, and I'll stop him when he starts to lie. Because let me say something about this fake ass black shit y'all want to put on this Jamaican lady. Let's talk about this fake ass black shit y'all want to put on this Jamaican lady. This is a racially ambiguous woman married to a clear orange juice man with whole milk churn. And you Negroes and Niglets want to get on here and talk to me about black, 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 black? My bad, they say she not Jamaican, she Hindu, whatever, Indian. I know what she ain't. I can't tell you what she is, but I know what she ain't. I may not be able to tell you what she is. Listen to me and listen to me good. But I know damn well, do you hear me, what she ain't.
He ain't even from Acorn.
She ain't no nigga. Okay? So this Indian woman marries this clear man, and Nelly actually married a black woman, and y'all really is taking the cape up for scam. But I should have known y'all were gonna do this when y'all attacked Janet Jackson. Do you see what these politics are making y'all do? They making y'all go against y'all faves. Do y'all see that? And this is why I say y'all don't like a celebrity until the media tell you when to not like them. I tell you this because prior to this, if the media had not ran that through the algorithm that Snoop and Nelly was at that inauguration, y'all would still love Nelly. Y'all would still love Nelly. You only don't like them because Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and all that shit told you don't like them. Period, point blank. It's fake outrage and it's fake. This is a Indian woman married to a whole clear man with whole clear children. Ain't a nigga around her. And y'all is fake. Let's move on. So let's get into this article because Nelly cussed y'all out. Nelly is at his wits end with fans, painting him as a traitor to his race after the country grammar creator performed at the Donald Trump inauguration event at the top of the year. He figured he's more pro-black than their failed candidate. He's not lying. Scamming has never, the only time I've seen her even embrace any sort of somewhat maybe possible being in the space of blackness is when she was on that time about hi my sorors. This black man married a black woman. I thought that's what y'all wanted. Now y'all hate him because he don't want to get up and sit and make diapers in the middle of the night. So now y'all gonna bring up his political stuff. All that to cape for a woman who literally told you to your face, oh no, I'm not going to do nothing for just black people. Oh no. Because anything I do, it's not going to just benefit black people. It's going to benefit all people. Remember? So no, I'm not going to sit up here and just say, I'm going to do something just for black people. No. Look at what politics is making y'all do. And politics can make y'all hate all y'all celebrities because they control them. Y'all not ready for that conversation though. If they want, they could turn you over on, they could turn y'all against Beyonce. Y'all think it's impossible for this media to turn you against Beyonce. They can do it. They made these celebrities. They created these gods. Nigga, they could take them down when they ready. They can make you hate your favorite Beyonce. I know it sounds unfathomable. I know it sounds crazy. If somebody would have told us 10 years ago we'd all hate Diddy, somebody would have slapped me across my face. But the fact of the matter is y'all don't want to talk about it because y'all don't want to have to come out of your comfortability of fucking fuckery. So now the internet tell y'all to hate Nelly, and I don't give a damn about Nelly. This is bigger than Nelly. The internet telling y'all to hate Nelly, and now y'all putting up all his old political stuff, and he about to cuss y'all ass out as he should. Because that's the real black man in the real black family, creating and dealing with black people. Not the Indian lady over there with all the orange juice people in her household. Let's get into it. It's fake, bro. This internet. That's why. And you know what? This is why when I log out from going live with y'all, I don't know if y'all notice. When I log out of the internet, I turn all this shit off. Hey, when I in this live and that man, that little puppet come on here and say, Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk. And Key Carroll said, who is the voodoo doll is? And then the doll say, the nigga you just had up here. Remember when that part come on? All this shit go off. I don't live in this. This is the world that I step into. But when the live is ended, I step out. I don't live here. I don't Google myself. I don't go on YouTube to see what people are saying about me. I don't live here. It's the only way I can keep my sanity. People who live here, they end up losing it. Okay? I don't live here. I just visit. Okay? Now, the rap megastar has been fending off critics during his press run for his We Belong Together reality series with wife Ashanti, especially when he stepped into the shade room and took aim at Kamala Harris. Okay? Oh, am I not sharing this with y'all? Let me put this back on here so y'all can see. Let me put this back on here for y'all to see. Okay? So he performs at that inauguration. People lose their mind. And Nelly responded. He says, I'll put whoever up me and Snoop do more in the community and have been doing more for over 20 years against any of you that are just on here talking trash and have no stats to back up what you mean to the community. From the black families that we employ to the black children that we help every day and all year through our nonprofits. whether we're sending kids to school or scholarships to HBCUs, or helping young black boys in LA Gang Central with his junior football programs, which many players have went on to go to the NFL and live their dreams. And on top of that, we are black men married to the most, we are black men married to beautiful black women with black children. Let me pause that. Because all you man-hating ass bitches who hate black men, y'all just be looking for a reason to find another reason to hate another black man. Because y'all hate them because y'all say how they do y'all. Y'all hate them because you say they don't marry you. You hate them because they say they do all of this. And when you get one who's seemingly happy in a black relationship, you still mad. You just a sad bitch. And if you feel play, it is what it is. You just a sad bitch. I don't like black women who hate black men. I don't like black men who hate black women. I think it's the dumbest shit ever. But now you got two black men married to black ass women. Hell, Snoop Dogg white darker than me. And y'all still finding a reason because they don't agree with you politically? Because they don't agree with you politically? Let Nelly finish dragging y'all. So he goes on to say, he says, where was I? He says, on top of that, we are black men married to beautiful black women with black children. Should be inspiring to most, but that some of y'all have a problem with because the prosecutor who has probably locked up more black men than that we've helped. Hold on, because the prosecutor he's speaking of is scam. Hold on. Because y'all want to lie. See, and that whole lie came about during the election saying that that's all it's fake news. No, it ain't. She really locked up a shit ton of black men in California. Yes, she did. What black single mothers too. If your baby cut school in California, your ass went to jail. So if you lived in California when scam was in there and your child cut third period, your ass going to jail. Fact, look it up. I had the woman who worked at the school board. I didn't have her on this channel. I think she was on Phil's channel, Black Diaspora. I think that's the name of his channel. But that lady came on there and spoke about that personally. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So don't come over here with that fake news. No, baby, we done heard it from the horse's mouth. We done heard it from the horse's mouth. Because y'all don't want to tell the truth. Y'all want to live in fantasy. But that lady done locked up too many black people. Too many. But that's the one y'all helping for. Got it. And again, this is bigger than Nelly. It goes on to say, it should be inspired to most, but that some of y'all have a problem because the prosecutor who has probably locked up more black men that we've helped women of color with white men. Wait, what? Nelly, what? Because the prosecutor who has probably locked up more black men that we've helped women of color with the white husband and white kids did not win the election. Again, I reiterate, I did not campaign for anyone. I do not tell people who to vote for. I respect and love our country from top to bottom, good and bad. And I'm very aware it's a lot of things in this country that we need to work on. The right, so that we need to work on. The right is too far right and the left is too far left. Okay, he's saying the right is too far right and the left is too far left. I agree. I'm a military baby with a grand uncle who is a Tuskegee Airman and Red Tail that was very prideful for his country. I told you it's my respect for the office, meaning any president that calls upon Nelly, it would be an honor. Nothing to do with money, nothing to do with race. But if you want to make it about race, then let's go. He said, I find it very interesting that so many of you would dump on the two black men that's married to black women that has black children because the woman of color. I'm so glad he didn't call her black. Thank you, Nelly. But Nelly from St. Louis, he know more than he lead off. Thank you. You didn't call her black. But anyway, but because of the woman of color with the white husband and the white kids didn't win. And check that. He said what he said. Now check that. So now y'all ready to tear him and Snoop down. and the woman who directly affected Black people, y'all praising. Make it make sense. Y'all let this political stuff that was going on in November, y'all really let that cloud y'all common sense. Common sense. I'm just saying, rather you believe, and this is another thing too. Why are we in a situation now to where you can't have a difference of opinion? At one point in time, people thought differently and it was okay. Nowadays, if you don't believe what the internet tells the masses to believe, don't let that go over your head. Nowadays, if you don't believe or agree with what the internet tells the masses to believe, they all get together and they all come attack you. I don't care what the subject is about. I don't care I don't care who it involves. They're going to all come attack you because how dare you not come in and herd with the rest of us sheep? See, we all sheep just being herded by our herder. How dare you? Who are you? Who you think you is to where you can have a difference of opinion? Because that's what this is all about. We gonna think differently, y'all. That's cool. But why y'all be trying to cancel people, get rid of people, unalive? Y'all be wanting people dead for not agreeing with y'all. That's crazy to me. Unfortunately, we have Black people on both sides of this political spiel, on the right and the left. I don't like us on none of the sides. I don't have a say, but if I had some miracle say, I would say that Black Americans don't take no part in none of this judicial crap. Not the left, not the right. We don't do none of this. We create our own system and our own laws. That's just me. Wishful thinking. That's just me. In my opinion, I don't think we need to be dealing with none of their stuff. However, unfortunately, we got people on both sides, and that's okay. We shouldn't be going back and forth, canceling and wanting to throw people out in the garbage because they don't agree with you politically. It's crazy. We are going in a real bad spot. We are on our way to a really bad spot. Real bad. Y'all don't have a clue. And I don't know if we'll see it in this here generation, but the things that we are doing today, we are literally hurting our generations to come. But you know what's worse about it? Although I love the Gen X generation and the millennial generation, I got to be honest, I love us down. I think we are the glue. We are the catalyst for this change that's coming up in Black America. But if I have to be critical of the millennials and Gen X or whoever, if you was born between the late 70s, girl, in the early 90s, if I got to be critical, we don't give a fuck about our children. We don't give a fuck about nothing. We so fickle-minded. We don't give a fuck. We don't care about nothing. We lie to ourselves every day. We on this internet trying to relive our life. We don't care. We the worst generation to have this happen to. And honestly, we gonna kill. 100 years, people are gonna be very critical of us, and they're gonna have every right to be so, because we're being stupid. We're being dumb. We're being dumb and stupid. In 100 years, they're gonna write about how dumb and temperamental and stupid we are in society today. And guess what? They'll have every right to be very critical of all of us because we're being stupid. We're being controlled and we're being stupid. All we do is whatever the internet tells us to do. It's just like somebody pulling strings at the top of a doggone puppeteer thing. All we do is wait for the internet to tell us what to do next. That's all we do. If the internet tells us, hey, I need y'all to hate this person, everybody got to hate them. If everybody don't hate them, then you a problem. You're a narcissist. You're an abuser. You're an attacker. Internet say everybody got to love this person. If everybody don't love them, you're a hater. You're an abuser. You're an attacker. They're going to be very critical of us. And they have every right to be, because we are in this thing up royally. But that's the conversation that we're not going to have today because y'all don't want to have it. Let's move on. Birthright citizenship. Let me just say this. I saw that there was a miscommunication somewhere on the TikTok land or somewhere else that somebody thought that Black Americans were immigrants. What? If you understand general history, then you know it will be impossible for Black Americans to be immigrants. I don't care if you just heard the story in passing about slavery. You would know that Black Americans, if nobody, even if you believe in the story of slavery, you would know that if nobody else is a citizen here, the Black Americans are citizens. And I was wondering why everybody kept saying Black Americans, you next. They get the Trump get ordered the Venezuelans out there. You next, Black Americans, you next. No, and we kept saying, how we next? Where we gonna go? How we next? It's because they thought that we are the same. We're not. We're not. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole truth. I'm not gonna tell y'all half the truth. I'm gonna tell y'all the whole truth. The whole truth is we was here long for them crackers and them Negro pins come here. We were citizens before they even thought of this quote unquote United States of America. Ain't nobody more of a citizen to America than Black Americans. There's a reason why paperwork and documentation gets very, very fishy around the 1700s. All through the 1800s, you can find any and everything you want. But see, when you get around the 1700s, it gets very, very murky. Very murky. You ever ask yourself why that is? Why do you think they start America's history 400 years ago? Why do they start at 1776? Does anybody ask that? Because we are in our homeland. This is our land. We've been here for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. If you are in 2025 still believing we came from Africa, baby, I'm gonna need you to tap out. In 2025, if you still believe that Black Americans come from Africa, I'm gonna need you to tap out, please. Please and thank you, tap out, because it's too much information for you to still think like that. We can't go nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. Do you think those clear people just cared enough for Black Americans when they wrote up these amendments to write something in for us? Do you think they just wanted to be nice and make sure that we were taken care of? Think about it. Why do you think they were creating a whole amendment for Black Americans? Do you think it was because they thought about it and said, you know what, we did them dirty. Let's do right by them and, give them an amendment. Do you think that's what the conversation with the quote unquote founding fathers was? Y'all are so dumb. Y'all are so dumb. Black Americans ain't never been no immigrant. As a matter of fact, you can go find a random clear person on the corner right now and possibly have them deported. Let me say that again. You can go on a random corner and find a random clear person. Just pick one. Close your eyes, walk around in a circle and just tap one. And you could probably have them deported because they are the immigrants. See, the biggest misconception was making you believe that you was the immigrant, dummy. You ain't come off no damn boat, stupid. You ain't make no gospel and hip hop and in rhythm and blues and soul rap. You ain't make that from no goddamn slavery, nigga. You been knew that. You been had that. That's been in you. That's you, nigga. The shit you doing now, you always did. You ain't just start. Ain't no white boy put you under no scrutiny and put you under no slavery to create Black American culture. Nigga, the culture we got today, we've always had. We ain't just creating none of this stuff. Now, Trump is out there putting out all the illegals because you got to understand coming from the mind of someone like Trump. Remember, Trump comes from the bloodline of the founding fathers. Let's really be clear about it. Trump comes from the bloodline of the clear people who came out of Spain, Great Britain, France. Trump come from them folks. This ain't the average white person on the corner coming off of Ellis Island we talking about. See, let's really, can we talk? Are we talking? What we doing? Because see, this ain't the average white man we talking to. Donald Trump is a kin to them founding fathers. Okay? So when Donald Trump see white folks in America, I know Black people because we're ignorant. And when I say ignorant, I don't mean it as an insult, meaning we don't know. I know Black people think that white people see all white people equally. They don't. Let's really talk the facts. When Donald Trump look at other white folks because he is from the bloodline, allegedly, of them founding fathers, they are nothing to him. They are not him. They are beneath him. Why you think he did Elon like he did him? Why y'all think he played with Elon like he played with Elon? Money only has power to people with no money. Money don't have power to people with power. I told y'all that. When you're dealing with people with power, your money don't count. Donald Trump, like him or not, comes from the bloodline of them white boys and them Negro pins who done came over here on that boat, the what it was, the Cinta, the Pinta, the Santa Maria, and all that bullshit. He kin of them folk. Y'all wonder why we always worry about what's going on in the Middle East? Because that's their people. That's their family. That's their shit. The problem with Black America is we don't realize it that every single person on this land is an immigrant except you. You haven't caught that part yet. Every fucking person on this earth that walks the landmass of the United States of America is an immigrant except you. You're the only one that don't know that. They know it. You don't know it. And they play on your face every chance they get because they know that you don't know it. And they got you immigration rights. We want to have you footing the bill for your own demise. Giving away your money, giving away your land, mad at other people because they don't want to help you give away our money and our land. Because that's what they was doing. All y'all talking about bring the immigrants in, bring the immigrants in. You're literally giving away your stuff, dummy. But that's a whole nother story. Long story short, there's a 14th Amendment. Trump has come out and people are wondering, why is he saying this? Why is he saying that? Trump talking about this one ain't an immigrant and this one is. Melania is an immigrant. Y'all, this shit is, hey. After a while, at certain levels, this shit ain't about race. It's about status. I keep telling you this. A person who comes from that bloodline could do whatever the fuck he want. Okay? He ain't the average white man that worked with you down at the local hospital. This is a different white boy here. So now he's looking at all these immigrants coming in, and he don't give a damn. I'm not gonna say he don't give a damn, but it's not that he's doing this because of how it's affecting Black people. He's doing this because of how it's affecting white people. And he's seeing, bro, we giving all our money away to these damn immigrants, and white folks can't get the resources and the benefits they need to have more babies, get more jobs, and things of that nature. So what he's doing is what he should do for his people. Now, as Black Americans, because everybody has been placed in a pedestal and placed in priority except us, and we're so used to being or placing everybody in priority except us. Now, Black America, we are going to inadvertently be affected positively by this because once he gets rid of most of that riffraff, now it'll open up more jobs for you. You get it? So instead of them paying the Mexican $5 an hour to work at the warehouse, they're going to have to pay you the $25 you deserve. You get it? Now, you're not benefiting because Donald Trump just want to help Black people. Let's really be clear about that. That's not why he's doing it. You are getting it because you are getting like you're almost like catching a good stray. Black America right now, we're catching a very good stray. Anybody preaching against this, yeah, we're catching a very good stray. So now Donald Trump, like I said, he's trying to get all the illegals out here in our ignorant brains. Again, ignorant, not as an insult, but as a place of not knowing. We think that all white people are one big white man, and that's just not true. He don't see them white people like that. He don't see the Mexican people like that. He don't see none of those clear milk community people. They are not his people. It's about status. Who are you? Who are you kin to? Who you with? Who you related to? You get it? That's this whole game. Race is a poor man's game. Race is a poor. When I say poor, I don't mean here. Race is a poor man's game. It is not a rich man's game. I promise you. Now, Trump, hold on. Now, Trump Let me go get this article. Let me go get this 14th Amendment. He came out and read the 14th Amendment, basically saying, yo, this 14th Amendment was written for the descendant of slaves, okay? Not indentured servants, slaves. He said all of this other crap y'all talking about, and they found loopholes, and we gonna discuss them. All of that other stuff y'all talking about, that's a bunch of bull. When them, and listen, can I say it how Donald Trump want to say it? I'm going to be Donald Trump's mouthpiece right quick for you niggas in the bike. I'm going to be Donald Trump's mouthpiece real quick for the niggas in the bike so you can understand where we coming from with what I'm saying. The reason Donald Trump knows what was meant when the forefathers wrote the goddamn amendment, because that's his goddamn people. He know exactly what was meant to happen because that is passed through their bloodline, generation after generation. Everybody plays a part. So the founding fathers, they played their part. The guys before them played their part. The ones after the founding fathers played their part. Now it's Trump's turn. He's supposed to play his part. The only way he can play his part is if he knows fully the full truth. So now when he comes on here and reads this 14th Amendment and say, hey, this wasn't for all of y'all, it baffles me that anybody that's Black American open their lips. But the immigrants are feeling it because a lot of them came over here illegally through a loophole through the word refugee. And we about to get into it. Get the likes up on the video. Let's get into Donald Trump telling these folks about this 14th Amendment, girl.
Go ahead. Sure. Thank you, Madam Attorney General. So as you know, the Supreme Court did not rule on the underlying constitutionality of the president's birthright citizenship order. So what is the plan now? Are you going to try to implement the EO just in states where there isn't a legal challenge?
Yes, so birthright citizenship will be decided in October in the next session by the Supreme Court, unless it comes down in the next few minutes. I guess it could come down. I think they're still deliberating right now on some cases. As you heard, we just got transgender books, which is a huge win. But most likely that will be decided in October in the next session. However, it indirectly impacts us because, as you correctly pointed out, if there's a birthright citizenship case in Oregon, it will only affect the plaintiff in Oregon, not the entire country. So yes, it's indirectly, but that's pending litigation, and we're waiting on that in the next term.
And how concerned?
Go ahead.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Attorney General. So as you know, the Supreme Court did not rule on the underlying constitutionality of the president's birthright citizenship order. So what is the plan now? Are you going to try to implement the EO just?
All right, we saw that. Hold on. Let me show y'all Trump talking about it over here. Hold on. Let's hear what Trump has to say about it.
Thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. Thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves.
All right.
Thanks to this decision, we can now.
So, I'm going to try to say this in layman terms because I don't do all the extra big words and jargon. Not that Trump did, but I just don't. Let's just really be clear about what's happening here. So birthright citizenship was one of the things wrote into, or that's one of the loopholes they found in this amendment, the 14th Amendment, that was basically written for slaves. Basically, when they were trying to figure out who was going to be who was going to be citizens in this country, well, first of all, they have to make us citizens because it's our shit. There were Indians and Indian doggone tribes that were working directly with these folks, trying to have treaties and all types of stuff. So we had people working on our behalf when these quote unquote forefathers were dealing with this stuff. Okay? Let's really be clear about that. Don't think that they thought about us and felt bad and was like, let me do something for the blacks. That never happened. We had people advocating for us and fighting for us on our behalf. Okay? Now, when they wrote the 14th Amendment, it was because remember, they didn't want us to be counted as a human as well as they were. So they remember they made us 3/5 and all of that stuff. Well, but they also needed to find some sort of language to show that we are still citizens of this land, because now we're creating this country. Because remember, before these clear folks come here and them Negro Europeans, the Black Europeans, because it wasn't just white people that came here. Another misconception, it wasn't just white people that came over here and took over us and enslaved us. When they came over here, we had different civilizations going on. When they decided to create the United States, woo, they were in dealings with other Indian tribes, okay? And one thing that they did come up with, we got to make them some sort of citizens. Hence the 14th Amendment. Now, if we go to the 14th Amendment, hold on. And I just got a little blurb from it. I don't have the whole thing, because I'm about to tell you where it comes from. Do I have it? Oh my God. Do I have it? I thought I had it. I'll tell you off the top of my head. So basically, they're using the word refugee. Put a 1 in the chat. No, never mind. Pause. Not yet. So the word refugee has been used in that language, and that's what they're using as a loophole to say that anybody from anywhere can come into this country and they can have a baby, and through birthright citizenship, that baby would then be a citizen. Now, this is where understanding what was happening during that time and also what things mean, this is when that comes into play, and it comes in handy. If you understood what was happening during that time, during the time when they were coming up with all of this stuff, they would call anybody who go from one state to the next a refugee. You would automatically be labeled a refugee. What do I mean by that? If I left Georgia and moved to Texas to find work, when I get to Texas, guess what my status is? A refugee. Because a lot of people in America, mostly blacks, and no, mostly whites, but a lot of people in America were going from state to state to state to state to work, okay? And if you left your state to go to another state and work, they called you a refugee. If you move from one location to the next, you will be called a refugee until you got your citizenship, woo. I'll give you an example. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Hurricane Katrina. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you remember Hurricane Katrina 2005. Hurricane Katrina. I was one of those people, lost everything. Put a 1 in the chat. Speaking of, I got pictures. I had got them pictures from upstairs. I wanted to show y'all. Okay, do y'all remember during Katrina, what was the word they labeled us? Put it in the chat. What did they label the people who left New Orleans because of a hurricane in search of a place to stay in a new civilization and jobs and everything? Thank you, purely peculiar. Thank you. They called us what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Refugees. Now, ignorant me, because I didn't know nothing around the time, I'm like, what the fuck? A refugee? Nigga ain't no refugee. I pay taxes. I woo. Everybody from New Orleans that was called the refugee, we all hated it. How the hell we a refugee? I'm from New Orleans. I'm an American citizen. I pay my taxes. That was all of us. How can they call us refugees? I'll tell you how, because they always did. Because they always did. So when they wrote the 14th Amendment and said, hey, blacks or slaves, because they didn't say blacks, slaves, and then they say refugees, they were still talking about you and the white people, obviously, who was coming over from Europe, but they were talking about the white people that they were allowing into the country and the black people who already inhabited the country, who were going from place to place to place. Remember, around this time, we got a lot of shit popping. Wars are happening all over. So if we were refugees in 2005, then we had to be refugees in 1775, correct? Am I wrong? If we were refugees in 2005, then they had to call us refugees when they had us going through all that shit in 1775. So I believe, again, I wasn't there, but I believe when they wrote that verbiage, they wrote it when they said refugees, that is to include those people, black, who are going from place to place because we were doing that. But what happened was these people and the left found a loophole. Some of y'all may not know what a loophole is. A loophole is basically a way to find a way to get around the intended target. Okay, the loophole they found was because now we don't call ourselves refugees anymore. Who do we call refugees? When you think of a refugee, who do you think of? I'm about to show you how they play it in your face. When you think of a refugee, do you think of a citizen or do you think of a non-citizen? And when you think of a refugee, do you think of a citizen or do you think of a non-citizen? I'm trying to show y'all something. You think of immigrants, correct? Thank you. You think of immigrants. You think of immigrants because they call them refugees. But that was the big okie doke and the banana in the tailpipe that we all fell for. Because we didn't realize when they were calling them refugees that they were going to slide them in under your status. Now they're not going to call you a refugee because they started calling the immigrants refugees. And that's the loophole they found to come over here and get pregnant. No, get pregnant first and then come over here and shit the baby out on this side of the doggone line. That's the loophole. It's literally that simple. And now, because you have never thought of yourself as a refugee or anybody alike you as a refugee, when you see the verbiage, you don't question it. You know why you don't question it? Because you've always thought of refugees as immigrants. You get it? When the whole time the refugee has always been you. You are the refugee. You ever move from one state to the other? Refugee. Refugee, refugee, refugee. That's you. Now they are cosplaying under your status, and that's how they coming in and piling into America. And that's why Trump say, I don't give a damn and they gotta go. And that's what Trump is talking about when he said they are taking advantage of the birthright citizenship. Okay? And this wasn't just for black people. This was black and whites. Because even in the 60s, even in the fucking 60s, when they were going to different places for harvest and working, they were calling them black and white. They were calling them refugees. They was calling them refugees. Don't make me go find it. They were calling those people who were American citizens refugees in the 60s. Don't do your research. That's all I'm gonna say. Do your research and figure it out on your own. Now, did I show y'all this video? I don't know if I showed this to y'all. Yeah, I showed y'all the video of Trump. So now, like I said, the Mexicans were going around, or the Hispanics were going around saying, yo, the birthright citizenship, y'all should be here for it to help us. And now they want us to help them to steal from us. Do y'all understand when you go and help up for these people, you're helping them and aiding them to steal from you, to take from you? Do you know that? Every time you go and say, I'm standing in solidarity with the refugees and the immigrants, you are helping them to take from you. It's not rocket science, y'all. I swear to God, it's not. None of this is rocket science. It's really freaking simple. We just got to start paying attention. We just got to start paying attention. Now, let's come over here to this executive order. Now, this is the executive order Trump signed in this year, January. Any child born on or after February 19, 2025 to parents who are either illegally present or here on a temporary visa, and he gave examples, student, tourist, work, is excluded from U.S. citizenship at birth. And this is the original way it was supposed to go. If don't nobody know what them folks meant when they wrote that paperwork, it's got to be Trump. That's his uncles, y'all. That's his great-great-great-great-grandfathers in them. Are y'all okay? That's his family. That's his blood, nigga. Mind you, this ain't to help you niggas. This ain't to help you, Black America. This is to help white America. You catching a good stray right now. Right now, Black America is catching a very good stray. This ain't for you, though. Don't get too excited. Right now, Black America is catching a great stray right now. Okay? He goes on to say, on June 27, 2025, the Supreme Court 6-3 ruled that lower courts do not have authority to issue nationwide injunctions limiting them to plaintiffs who sued. In effect, the order could now take effect in 28 states that are not challenging it. Okay. Now, this is where I told y'all presidents of y'all states, your governors, is where you need to be dealing with if you like it or if you don't. If you for it, you need to be over there making sure your governor is for it. If you don't like it, you need to be over there making sure your governor don't like it. Because it's up to the states and the presidents of the states, aka governors, to say we're going to take on this and we're going to agree. Okay? That's literally all that's happening. But you've been played, Black American. You are the refugee. You've always been the refugee since the beginning of time. And these foreigners are using that loophole because now you don't remember that you were the refugee. You have no idea that you are the refugee, black man, black woman. And because you don't know it, they capitalize off of your ignorance of not knowing, like they've always done. And boom, there you go. Right, improvise. The free ride is over, child. At this point. At this point, the free ride is over. But if y'all want to continue giving from your pocketbooks, you can. Not from mine. I ain't got it to give. I don't have it to give, y'all. I just don't. Okay? I wish I did, but I don't. But Trump was absolutely right in what he said with this birthright citizenship. Hold on. I don't think I played it. Let me play this for y'all right quick. I don't think I played it when he said it was meant for slaves. Trump know what the fuck you talking about now.
Thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes to the fore. That was meant for the babies of slaves. Thanks to this decision, we can now promptly file to proceed with numerous policies that have been wrongly enjoined on a nationwide basis. And some of the cases we're talking about would be ending birthright citizenship, which now comes.
And then let's really be clear about this. Let's really be clear about this. Only one group of people on American soil was under the status of slave. Only one. There were many indentured servants. There were many, many other statuses, but only one group of people was classified under that status of slave. Who is that, people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Can somebody put it in the chat? Who is the one group? Only one group of people were put under the status of a slave. Can somebody, anybody, I don't care, if anybody could just drop down in the chat and tell me who is that group of people who were labeled as slaves? Yes, 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 you. You. No foreigners, you. It's just you. It's only you. That's it. Nobody else. Just you. You know what upsets me the most about all of this? When I think about how hard our ancestors fought, thinking that they making provisions for us now, and to know that we got all the way here for us to just give it away, that fucks with me really, really bad. And I'm pretty positive the ancestors are not pleased. People really, y'all want to sit up here and holler about people dying for us to vote and dying for this and fighting for this and fighting for that. And we just over here giving it all away. All of the blood, sweat, and tears that our ancestors fought for, all the things they lost, all the things they sacrificed, and we just giving it away. Because the internet told us to give it away. Because Instagram and Twitter told us to give it away. All that hard work, gone. Down the drain. Gone. Because Twitter told y'all. Because Facebook said it. Could you imagine? Could you really imagine? Think about this. I need anybody that's a Black American in the chat. All the things that our ancestors went through, thinking I'm going through this so my great-grandchild or my grandchild or my fourth, fifth generation past could have X, Y, and Z. All that shit they went through, and we over here giving it away. Because Twitter said so. Could you imagine? I don't. That should be food for thought for y'all. Y'all should think about that. And it's not an excuse. Ignorance in the age of information is not an excuse, y'all. Ignorance during the age of information is not an excuse. Anything you want to know, it literally falls in your lap. You got to be walking around with blinders on to not want to know shit. Anything you want to know falls in your lap. You got to literally walk around saying, I don't see shit. I don't hear shit. La, 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 la. You literally have to walk around like this. La, 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 to not learn. If you not walking around like this, la, 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 you're going to learn on mistake. The information is literally falling out of the sky. So ignorance is not an excuse during the age of information. That's just it. Speaking of ignorance, let's move to Diddy really quickly. So Diddy, the both sides have rested their case, and the jury is deliberating. And we're going to see what's going to happen with this. This is another mistake we've made. Let me tell y'all something. Fuck Diddy. Matter of fact, I hope they get that nigga the electric chair. I don't give a fuck about no Diddy. Fuck him. Let's start with that first. But did y'all notice or pay attention to them literally making up new laws while the trial is going on, and new bills, not new bills and new laws, but did y'all pay attention of them making shit up as this thing go along? Did you guys catch that? Has anybody paid attention to this? They are literally making, I said this before. I know what I said. I was there when I said it. They are literally making this shit up as they go. And don't start me on the Mann Act. Why haven't Black America come together and gotten rid of that goddamn Mann Act? I mean, not that I care, because I don't care about no nigga transporting white women across no state lines. But even still, I don't. They literally making this shit up. They recreating definitions. They recreating RICOs. They recreating law. They recreating all this shit as they go. And all they know is most of Black America don't give a fuck right now. You know why? Because Twitter told them to hate Diddy. So since Twitter told them to hate Diddy, we gonna slide all type of shit on them. They stupid. Right now they dumb. They following Twitter. Don't worry about it. We gonna get we gonna use Diddy to recreate laws, and then we gonna take those laws and then we gonna lock them niggas up with it. They not gonna know though, because see, what we gonna do is we gonna make them love Diddy, then we gonna make them hate him. And we gonna make them hate him so bad. Show him the cake for Cassie. Yeah, Cassie gonna put the icing on the cake. Show Cassie. And look us. Oh my God, we hate him. He needs to go to jail. And they say, yup, he sure do. And every day Twitter tell us, remember, Diddy need to go to jail. And every day we say, yup, he sure do. And the whole time they just recreating shit, making shit up, just doing and saying anything. And you don't even care, because all you care is that Twitter told you Diddy need to go to jail. And he's a monster. You don't know this. Twitter told you that. So since Twitter told you that Diddy needs to go to jail, you are going to allow them to recreate and make up anything they want. And it's not going to matter until your duck ass start getting arrested for it. See, right now, Diddy is a freak. He's a monster. He's horrible. Oh my God, he's over there doing freak offs. He needs to be in jail. He's disgusting. And I agree. He should be in jail. However, what's going to happen when they put your sex life on trial? What's going to happen when you live in one of the 28 states where sodomy is still illegal? What's going to happen when you and your boyfriend or you and your girlfriend break up and then she go back and tell the police that you sex trafficked her? And now you got to go do 10, 15, 20 years, thousands of dollars of fines. And you know good and well you don't get down like that. You don't even roll like that. That bitch really was just mad. But it won't matter because per definition, you trafficked her. I don't care if y'all were in a relationship. You trafficked her. I don't care if she wanted to go. I don't care if she paid for it. You trafficked her. What's going to happen if you live in one of the few states that says oral sex could possibly be illegal? Listen, right now, Twitter told us that Diddy need to go to jail. So right now, all our brains are saying is Diddy need to go to jail. We're not thinking about none of this. We don't care about that. Right now, our brains are telling us Diddy need to go to jail. So right now, in the back of our head is a little bitty mouse saying, Diddy need to go to jail. Diddy need to go to jail. He's a monster. Diddy need to go to jail. And this is what y'all do every day on the internet. Diddy need to go to jail. He's a monster. Diddy need to go to jail because it's a mouse back there. Diddy need to go to jail. He's a monster. And this shoe. Diddy need to go to jail. He's a monster. I watch it. I'm a people watcher. This is what I do. I fucking do it. I hate it. But I sit and watch. I just sit and pay attention and I stare and I watch and I study. This is what y'all do. So Twitter, you go on Twitter, you go on Instagram, you log in Facebook, wherever, and they say, oh my God, Diddy is a monster. And then it activates that little mouse in the back of your head. Diddy is a monster. Diddy is a monster. And then you get on whatever platform. Diddy is a monster. Diddy is a monster. Diddy is a monster. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And you don't even realize while you type in Diddy is a monster, you're literally helping them to recreate laws to lock you and yours up. Neither here nor there, because Diddy is a monster, right? Bet. Then on top of that, we got people who y'all are calling witnesses who are actually co-conspirators, who are actually part of the bigger issue here, not Diddy, because Diddy can't do this by himself. All them sluts and hoes and tramps and all of that, Jane Does, everybody coming up with all of these stories, but everybody got immunity. That means everybody was in on it. But none of them are monsters, though. None of them. Not Jane Doe, not Cassie, not Capricorn Clark, not the escorts. None of those people are monsters. Not one of those people are monsters. I don't care what they did. None of those people are monsters. The only monster here is Diddy. Why? Because Twitter told you that. Not because it's true, because Twitter told, and YouTube too. Twitter and YouTube told you that. That's why Diddy is the monster. All of them are monsters. I wouldn't trust none of them. None of them from Cassie on down. Wouldn't want them around nothing I got. Wouldn't want them around nothing I got going on. Nothing, not one of them. But y'all not ready for that conversation. Because Twitter told you to hate Diddy. Yeah. And do you know during this trial, they referenced the R. Kelly trial? And we played with R. Kelly too bad. R. Kelly was wrongfully convicted too on that RICO. Did y'all know that? I ain't gonna lie. I was in the mix of the crowd, in the sheet, saying R. Kelly is a monster when it was all happening. That's why I know where you at, because I was there. I was in the crowd with y'all. I went on Twitter, and Twitter told me R. Kelly was a monster. And then I went on Netflix or whatever platform it was and saw the documentary. And then everybody on there said he was a monster. So I was over here saying R. Kelly is a monster. R. Kelly is a monster. R. Kelly is a monster. And I had the mouse in the back of my head saying R. Kelly is a monster. And guess what? That could possibly be true. But the way that they arrested him and stuff that they arrested him on was wrong. And now they're referencing that to lock Diddy up. And because Twitter has already told you that Diddy is a monster, you're just going to go with the move. And now after the Diddy trial, after they lock Diddy up, you next. You next. Mark my word. You next. You next. So neither here nor there, because Diddy is a monster, okay? Honestly, niggas having consensual sex, that ain't no monster to me. Him beating Cassie in the hall, that's a monster. But I didn't need to see him beat Cassie in the hall to know that Diddy was a monster. I knew Diddy was a monster when Natalia Rubin was shot in the face. I knew Diddy was a monster when all of them people off of Bad Boy ended up not having labels and ended up going broke. I knew Diddy was a monster when he didn't allow Carl Thomas to come out with that second album. I also knew Diddy was a monster when he did Making a Band. I knew Diddy was a monster when all the stuff happened at the nightclub and Shine took the lick. I knew Diddy was a monster when Biggie got killed. I knew Diddy was a monster when Pac got killed. I knew Diddy was a monster when I heard about that thing that happened at that college at Howard. I knew Diddy was a monster. I didn't need to see Cassie get her ass whooped. Y'all did. Y'all did. You know why? Because Twitter didn't tell me to hate Diddy. I already hated him. Oh, I don't hate him, but Twitter didn't tell me how to feel about Diddy. I already had my own way I felt about him. I didn't need Twitter or Instagram or YouTube to tell me how to feel about him, but the masses do. Because y'all forgot about all that. Black Rob, y'all forgot about all that. Y'all just forgot about how many people. Oh my God, y'all. All right, bet. Anyways, where was I going? Because this is just pointless. So we on the last day of the trial, and the diddler have the what do you call it? They have the jury deliberating now. I don't know how long it's going to take. I heard talks of somebody saying that they talking about taking the RICO off because they weren't able to prove the RICO. I don't know if that's fact or fiction. I'm not sure. Please do not quote me. Okay. But I did hear it somewhere. Y'all can do the fact check for your own self. I'm not covering the trial. I just give y'all my opinion. But ultimately, they've wrapped, defense rest, prosecutors rest. The jury got their doggone their instructions, and they are to be sequestered and go off and do their deliberations. Now, I don't know much about this whole law thing. I only know common sense parts of the law. I don't know. I'm not like a law professor. I don't study law. I'm not about to lie and say I do. But I know back in the Gap, it was you had to find not guilty or guilty. Was it not guilty? Oh, you had to say somebody, you couldn't find reasonable doubt. Basically, if you found reasonable doubt, that automatically means that the person is not guilty. So what do I mean? Meaning when the prosecution lays out their case, if there's any inkling that it could possibly not be true of anything, then yes, you have to say that that person is not guilty. Meaning if you have a thought, a question, or anything, that means that that person is probably not guilty, and that's how you should vote on the jury. Now, from what I was hearing, and I was cleaning up and listening, so I wasn't hearing, it sounds like some different instructions, but they making up everything else as we go along anyway. So why not? They making up everything else as we go along. Why not? But again, I don't know if they're making it up because I don't follow law. So what I'm telling you is, when I heard from me sweeping and mopping the head, having the earbuds in my ear, I was like, what? But either way, they've gotten their doggone, their instructions, and they're to be put away. Now, I heard the backup jurors were also sequestered just in case they needed to call them in and say, hey, bro, like woo woo woo. And that makes sense. Honestly, I don't think any juror can be fair and impartial. I don't think they ever could be in the past, and I don't think that they can now, especially with social media and the way that the internet tells us all to work and feel. Okay. But ultimately, they're saying that these people were supposed to stay off of social media, not have any contact with the folks. Girl, I don't believe that. I don't believe none of that. Girl, them people is on there. I know I would. I'd be. Girl, you think I'm not about to get out of jury duty and get on this Twitter and see what these folks around here saying? Girl, please, because the Twitter got more truth than the courthouse. Okay. But either way, what was I saying? They're in deliberation. Now, I don't know when they're going to come out. Some people say they should have a verdict by the date. I don't think so. But I want to say this. I know this is a lot of mess going around on these content creator streets. And I ain't trying to get in it, child. But I heard people was lying. I ain't saying no names. But they said, I didn't say it. They say people around there making up stuff and lying for clicks and views. They say people lying, talking about Diddy spoke to them and shook their hands and whatnot. I keep my ears to the streets. I didn't say it. I didn't say it. This is what they said. I be watching YouTube. I be on YouTube seeing this. You know what I mean? But they said that they got content creators out there that was doing the most. But, you know, I am happy that content creators are able to go out there and get their little journalism on, especially for people who've been wanting to do it. I didn't know Armand wanted to do radio. He has a wonderful radio voice. I didn't know that's what he've always wanted to do. He said that when he did Way Up with Angela Lee. That's dope. I don't have no aspirations for none of that shit. I am passing through YouTube. This is not my final stop. Okay. I don't have no passion to be on no TV. I don't want to be on no radio. I don't want to be on no phone. I don't want to be on nothing. I am merely passing through with a message so I can dip out, okay? This is not my final destination, okay? But yeah, anyways, we'll see how this goes. I don't know how long it's gonna take. If I had to guess, I say it might take a couple days, but I feel like the jury gonna be hung. I feel like the jury gonna be hung. And the only reason I'm saying that is because this case was all over the place. Like, this case was literally all over the place. They told us about a whole bunch of stuff we did not have a need to know about. And then they're going to say, okay, cut all that out. Only focus on this. What? Somebody said, A said, Tisa claims to be black, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know Tisa. But, you know, I be people watching. Y'all know I do that. I think Tisa, and this is just me, I'm just talking. I think Tisa is one of those, I don't know if she's biracial, but she didn't grow up around black people. She didn't grow up around niggas, for a fact. Not on a daily basis. You could tell by the words she used. She don't even know how to use words in the right context. And when I say words, I don't mean like heavy words. I mean like slang that we use. A lot of times she don't even be using them in the same context. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think she was I don't think she was raised around black Americans. But I think now she's getting around them. And I think that she's getting, you know, but I don't think she was raised around black Americans at all. You can tell by the way she talks. You can tell. But she's doing a big one. People like her. She's a beautiful girl. People like her. So I think that's what it is. Yeah. But you can definitely tell not about how she looked, not about how she dressed. When I hear her, she ain't come around no niggas. Not at all. Not in the least. She ain't come around no niggas. Yeah, not in the least. But anyway, we'll see how this goes. People, like I said, people are saying that Diddy trial, that they can have a deliberation or be done deliberating by today. Some say tomorrow, some say later. I don't know. Who knows? But we'll just sit back and wait and we will see. But I will tell you whatever he's convicted on, whatever they made up in the process that he gets convicted on, because I don't think he's gonna walk away scot-free. This ain't no OJ trial. I don't see him walking away scot-free. They're gonna get him on something. They like Denzel. We leave him here with something, okay? So they're gonna get him on something. What I don't know. But ultimately, whatever they get him on, whatever they made up in the process of getting him on, you're welcome. Thank you, guys. Thank you, because you helped you helped those people to create new laws to screw us over. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Because I keep telling y'all, the longer you think with this, you will forever be in trouble. This is the reason why we're here today. This is why we got conquered on our own land. This is why we're in the position we in today, because we have yet to tap out of this and get into this. We got to tap out of this and get back into this. As long as we stay here, this is our fate. Okay? But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Y'all get the likes up on the video, please, and thank you. Please, you guys, get the likes up on the video. Hold on. Who this is? Betty Boo, thank you for the super chat. Says, my son is 42. OMG, you ain't never lied, Boo. I'm 70, so I'm a baby boomer. I know the 60s was my time. Damn internet. Love you, Boo. Yeah, you know I ain't like, hey, look, ain't T-Day, Betty, ain't T. Miss Betty, I ain't lied about nothing I said. I may not, hey, anything I say on this internet, I believe it. If it came out my mouth, I believe it. I might be wrong, but I ain't gonna lie. If I'm wrong, it was an honest mistake. I might be wrong a lot of times, but I ain't gonna get on here and deliberately lie. I don't have that to do. I think people rock with me because I don't. But thank you, Auntie. Appreciate you. The Don, thank you for the super chat. I work for New York Passport Agency, and I can confirm that we get 60K applications for children who are anchor babies. Wow. Majority of all the parents are getting citizenship through their kids. And that's the loophole right there, the Don. The Don, that is what I'm talking about. And when we sit up there and let these politics, and I don't care what side they on, when we get up there and allow them to tap on our emotions and get us to go against our greater will and what's best for us, in order for us to stand with the black and brown community, we just don't realize how we screwing ourselves over. So I already know. I mean, if I was an immigrant, I would come over here and have a baby too. Why not? The fuck? The Patrice Project, thank you for the super chat. I know you fucking lying with those Idaho pics released, playing in our faces with the AI, of course. Now where's my nephew? Pick him up. Let me see him. I hate that they took your money. I'm following you always. Love you down. Like the video. Thank you so much, Patrice. Come here, see. Come here, P. The people want to see you. Patrice want to see you. Come on. Come on. All right. Say hey to the people. Say hey, not me, to the people. The people right here. Look at the people. Let me take your comment down so people can see them. Say hey, y'all. This is Saint. This is y'all internet nephew. He was punished this morning because he ran across the street and almost got hit. But he was alive. Thank God. By the grace of God, he made it. But here's your internet nephew. He said hi. Say hi to your aunties and uncles. Say hey. See, he's saying hey. He is a black dog. I think he might have a little clear in him because his hair is really straight. But he was raised as a black dog. And that's just that on that. This is a black dog. And that just said, you know, look at him. Don't we look alike? I had him. I birthed him. He's mine. I had him 9 months. And I say what I said. Okay. And with that being said, me and Saint about to dip. We will catch y'all on the next one. Love y'all down to the ground. Shout out to everybody for being here. Let's get the likes and the subscribers up. And I'll catch y'all tomorrow for the Joce. Love y'all down. Peace.
Can you hear me now? Oh, let's go. It's your boy Big Chew, the voice of the beat. You know what I won't blaze up. Come on, blaze up.
It's the beat for me.
Wow, 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 for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Drop it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Do it for your guy, for your B-O-Y. Come on, baby, we love. For your boy. For your boy. Hustle for your boy. Fix it for your boy. Drop it for your, drop it for your. Lift it up.
Mr. Carroll, how you give the voodoo doll time to talk? I don't get no fucking time to talk.
Who the voodoo doll is?
The nigga you just had up here.